Hello, everybody. Welcome to the NIQ-Oscar Comeback Cup of August 2025. We're excited to bring you the grand finals of this tournament between Nefarious and Team Koa. Joining me is our caster Damron, as well as I am Exia. It's going to be an interesting match. First off, we're going to get the map bans coming up. Anything interesting you got to say,
Yeah,
Damron?
hello, good afternoon. We are so back. It's been around a year, I think, since we last had a proper tournament, or at least, we shoutcasted something for NIQ tournaments. So here we are again. Again, we were going through the map bans and the map veto. And honestly, before it even shows up, I'm going to already say we're never going to see Sunset. This map has always been banned for both teams on every single matchup they've ever had in this tournament so far. Something we unfortunately also won't be seeing is Corrode. Maybe fortunate for our end because we don't know anything about the map so far.
Yeah, actually.
And I don't know any callouts, guys. I'm so sorry, but
I don't think anyone does, to be fair.
I like genuinely let us know in chat if you know Corrode by heart at this point because I salute you. But for the first map, we're actually going to go through Ascent, very classic, very standard. For the second, we've got Icebox, and then for the decider, we're going to actually have Haven. So Corrode was picked by Nefarious, and so is this correct? Am I saying this correct? Yes. So Koa is going to be what was it? Actually, yeah. So Koa picked Ascent. Nefarious is going to be defending first. And then after that, Nefarious picked Icebox, and then Koa is going to be attacking first. So these are maps we've actually been through. We've gone through these maps as these teams, and yeah, they've powered through this entire bracket actually. So looking at their scores, Koa powered through against Open Up the Sky and 10 Twilight. They've dominated on Bind, Lotus. They had pretty solid scores, aka 13-1, so stomps. But against 10 Twilight, it was a bit of a struggle because on Ascent, it was a kind of close game, 13-8. On Lotus, they actually lost the second map. And then towards Icebox, another close game at 13-8. So just a little bit of a back and forth. In terms of Nefarious, we've actually got, I guess, just decent scores all across the board, but we do actually have very prominent players for each team. Unfortunately, one of them had to be subbed from Koa, so we're not going to be seeing KJ, their duelist player. Subbing in
Bit
is
of a confusing
Sinon.
name.
Yeah, KJ, but then they play Yoru, mostly Neon and Jet, especially Jet on Ascent. So I'm not sure if Sinon's actually going to fill in for that duelist role. It seems like it. They're hovering Jet, yep, and it's locked in. Do you have any? Did you expect a chamber? Actually, I'm just gonna skip everything. Did you expect a chamber on Ascent?
I mean, okay. Recently, with the soft chamber buff, you're starting to see a few more people actually gravitate towards that. But even in your typical ranked play, and I don't believe we've seen too much chamber. If you need a sentinel that can consistently get picks without needing to rely on that utility, he's
Mhm.
been a great pick, especially for teams that don't want to lean too heavily into like a jet op or getting into like the weird setups with like Yoru, because Yoru can op, but it's a little bit
Right.
different because if he TPs, he's across the whole map by that point.
Yeah.
He's late to the team fight. But Chamber is a great middle ground for that because you can take more aggressive fights with them and still maintain that defensive positioning. So it's not too surprising, but we'll have to see what their end goal is going to be here.
I just find it so interesting that we've kind of gotten like an off-meta composition from Nefarious here.
Hmm.
Because you've got the chamber, but you've also got a Vise on Ascent, which normally, looking at Koa's composition, it's the more standard one, right? You've got your main duelist, you've got your initiators that can help jet entry, and then you've got the standard Omen. But looking at just Vise in general, having that choice of a Sentinel compared to Cypher, which you're so familiar with the setups and being able to, I guess, hold down a site, they're just fun. They're a fun team. In fact, they're the ones who have the Waylay player on Corrode, which unfortunately, again, we're not going to see it. They're the ones. It was who was it? Just going through my notes at the moment. It was Takep who mains Waylay on Corrode. But I think that's just how they play. That's their play style. They like going out of the norms. They like trying to think new things, and I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, for sure, but it's gonna make our jobs a lot easier since we don't have to cast Waylay. But anyway, the game is starting already. All right, so it looks like Nefarious are going for a very fast mid to A split here. A lot of shots being fired off, utility traded, and we already get a pick off of the KO here. Situation is being reset, and a lot. Wait, what? A lot of trades just happened right there in A main. I mean, Koa are looking very dominant. They did lose that first pick initially, but they were able to basically steamroll the defense on their main aggression right there. Now it's just time to play safe and just try not to choke this round, really.
I mean, I'd say the round is pretty much done. Vise was set up towards B site, so being able to retake this, I think they need a miracle. Considering how far back, especially they're playing. Look at this post plant.
Oh, okay. Well, pretty clean overall.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they actually just steamrolled, right? You've got the first pick onto KO, but then after one initiator is gone, you still have got the Sova healthy on the utility and their economy. And then they kind of just, I don't know, you see, you look at Heidi just kind of in the corner, not able to use the Headhunter because of the suppression. And just in general, the response was there, but they're not able to retake.
Yeah, that's... I mean, a 2v4 in any situation on this map is quite awful to deal with, but the fact that there's just so much suppression, just so much utility that's available for Nefarious in that moment, or excuse me, Koa in that moment, it's just really hard to deal with, you know? Like, all of it just stacked together. Oh, okay, and that was a lot messier than it could have been, but Koa do manage to save the guns here. Hopefully all of them.
That is unfortunately not true. I did see the buy. They managed to keep their 2 Vandals, and that's why they were rushing all over the place. But they lost 2 Bulldogs and Stinger, and 1 Stinger. So that was an expensive round for what it was. Bibimbap, very clean 2K, and for a second, I thought they might come back. I thought maybe they had a chance with an econ, like a Shiko as it's called. But yeah.
Definitely.
Have you heard Shiko before?
That's the first I've heard of that.
It's Sheriff Eco, but like mashed up.
Okay. All right, we're gonna see Koa again with a fast mid aggression here, but this could be very bad. But doesn't take the risk there, unfortunately. Could have been pretty huge. Bibimbap is just gonna keep pushing, putting the pressure onto this elbow into Cubby. Oh, doesn't get hit by the flash. It was too deep. And Bibimbap already with 3 on the board, looking for more. Gets a little bit greedy, but does have the dash. Spike is still in catwalk. Oh, and he... Oh, okay, I thought he got another one for a second there. Oh, that was very clean from Nefarious.
They only lost their chamber player in that entire round, and he's the one who actually took all that aggression. He's tanked up all the damage. And then you have Bibimbap just doing his thing. Like looking at the stats, looking at their match history, Bibimbap is that one duelist player that is consistent all throughout. And again, they like taking these aggressive fights with Heidi actually, but Bibimbap always you have that. You can really depend on the Bibimbap to just pop off.
Yeah, evidently, and he's going for even more. Takes out the Cypher Cam towards tiles there. And looks like we're gonna try something a little different. Hitting B side for the first time. His trades do go up. Takip takes 1, gets traded back by Dare. Yoon gets a cheeky little shock dart kill onto Heidi there. Alexander just barely managing to hold down the site. Almost gets 2. And it looks like B side's getting held down.
They actually slowed things down. Only 2 players left for Koa, and I thought their execute was actually pretty decent, but they're gonna send over they're gonna send over Dare towards A. Like Bel Air's already responding to it. They do have a read that, hey, look, it's taking some time before they actually re-entry towards B. And Alexander's just left it there with the Vise. Flash still available. I don't know, this is... It's possible. You've got the Sova ult already on Yoon. And I think the
but
only
30 seconds left.
disadvantage...
30 seconds
Oh, that's
left.
true. 30 seconds left. They have
Alexander's
to make a
just
decision.
holding the angle.
Last
Flash
player
doesn't catch
standing.
him. Oh, but he's just holding it. There's... I think Dare is starting to realize there's nothing else he can really do here. Just kind of wait and maybe try to save a gun. But no, Dare walks through and gets pinched.
I mean, they hold their angles really well, and especially in that last part of the round, because again, I didn't notice there was 30 seconds left. Thank you for pointing that out. And they just kind of were very split, and literally split, with their decision. Like, you send over the Cypher with a spike, but then it kind of goes, maybe it's clear now. Maybe we can walk in. Unfortunately, Alexander just holding that angle down, and they win that round out. So it's at a tie. We're back to 2-2.
Yeah, there's no way Yoon's walking through that. I mean, between the flash and just having someone else hold it, it's just too hard. But anyway, new round, new setup, or familiar setup actually, as Nefarious. Oh, Heidi wasn't able to hold that angle, got flashed out by the paranoia, and it's looking like a fast hit onto A here. Oh, and you managed to get killed with a sheriff here. Bear in mind, this is an eco, so these are worse guns.
Spike planted.
Three people huddled
That-
towards. Oh, and it's surgical. Oh. Not
Sorry,
only
that
is it
shock
an
dart.
eco, yeah, like the shock dart onto the fast rush, and like, oh, everything fell apart for Nefarious there.
I forgot my #1 rule for NIQ comeback tournaments. And every time I've casted something, there's always some sort of crazy economy comeback kind of thing. They always know how to play at a disadvantage in terms of weapons, in terms of economy. I can never count them out. Sometimes someone classic hits. But something that's not hitting, in my opinion, is Heidi's position towards the A cubby. Because so far, the aggression has not been working out. Again, they had the better weapons, but just not landing the shots. He has an op, though.
Oh. Xeno just rips Heidi's head apart. And Koa again just using that relentless aggression to just punch through everything that Koa has. Or excuse me, that Nefarious has.
Spike planted.
And it's looking like Nefarious needs to have more protocols in place instead of just relying on that chamber to hold those one angle, or that just one-off angle.
I think this is it, though. I keep saying that. I might curse it. Bibimbap 2K so far with those knives. I think getting so much value out of that Blade Storm already. But I don't think they're actually going to retake this. They're calling for the save just now. They're backing up. They're saving their weapons. In fact, Bibimbap has the operator in their hands, just going to save it after Heidi just falls down towards A short.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a save. Koa have 3 ults online. If they really wanted to take the round, they absolutely could.
Oh,
Yoon actually dies for it, but I don't think it's too much of a problem. He should have another gun for this round.
that was a ballsy play. You gave Bibimbap the op to save, and they were literally on 3 HP.
Yeah.
Bold, and I
Oh.
respect it. But I agree. I think there it is. Actually, they called for it. 5 ults online for Koa, and Heidi finally actually changing positions here. No longer towards A copy, positioning towards mid with that operator still.
Take flight.
And just as he does,
He
Koa
smoked
moving up
out.
B again. Yeah, smoked off. Koa are nowhere to be seen. The drone should give some kind of an alert. Oh, and that recon definitely gives everything away. Heidi now repositioned. Trying to hold maybe where you think everyone's going to come from. But Koa are being very patient right now. They're not poking, they're just holding. They did reveal the silver drone early, but that information's fading away, so that might make people on Koa very jittery here. Heidi looks to get a little bit more of an advantage, gets a little greedy, sees him, sees his elbow and picks him off. Through the wall, no less.
Yeah, that recoil wasn't going to go out in time. Another op kill, and then Sinon just
Oh.
entering anyway.
Yeah, Sinon with a nice little flick there. It's all up to AimVal to
Last player standing.
stay alive here, but Heidi manages to get another one. 3 on the board. And it looks like Nefarious finally able to leverage the
seconds
op.
Cage triggered.
Actually do something here. It's up to Dare to make a mad rush to A, maybe get something out of this round.
Look
Oh,
at
the
those
razor
thorns.
vines. Oh, he can't jump. Okay, okay. We're good, we're good. He didn't get the he didn't get the door. Oh,
That's unfortunate.
that's
Oh, no.
unfortunate.
To be fair, they kept their ults. You only really use the Omen ultimate, and that's just to try and keep that space towards backside. But again, AimVal had to stay alive in that situation. Not able to hold that angle, not able to just hold it down for the team. And again, those razor vines. I'm sorry, I doubted people's games. Look, all you had to do was reposition Heidi towards mid, and then Alexander gets so much value out of that Vise utility, just slowing down that rotate towards A.
Right, like you have to position the chamber in places where he's not going to get like knifed out or hit by the KO ult. But now we're just gonna have to see if Nefarious have any protocols for just a full-on rush with 2 ultimates going off. But Xenon gets one. Remember gets another. And it's looking like this round's already done, unless Takep can get a pick here. Any damage? No, but does delay the plant for a little bit. Beavenbot looking to creep out, get a cheeky pick, gets completely flashed, caught on the open, and then AimVal managing to finish that off. Takep getting shredded.
Player
Oh,
standing.
and it's just all the utility in the world. Heidi
But
again.
hey,
Needing
you never know.
to...
You can never count them out. I'm sorry, it can still happen.
Oh, Willow, Peekaboo here. Those are the
I should
knife.
not talk. I should not talk.
Oh, Heidi. That was rough. I think you
Like,
overstayed his
maybe.
welcome.
I was like, maybe, okay, you know, they finally had a good round. Maybe they started feeling it, and then I cursed it. I'm sorry, guys. I still believe in it. You know what? I'm not gonna give up. Chamber does have the ultimate available, so not really shying out too much on the economy. But Koa, on the other hand, they're actually starting to build theirs. So there's a 2-round deficit, and they still have pretty important ults. They haven't used Hunter's Fury, and they haven't used Cypher ultimate.
Right. And Hunter's Fury is definitely going to be good at taking out the op if you know where he is. So it's perfect for challenging the chamber here. But I think now they're starting to realize, well, okay, we need to start playing this a little bit more carefully because they might start to adapt.
I mean, considering how the other rounds have been playing out, this is a considerably big slow in the pace of both teams, right? Like as much as you have still some kind of aggression from Bibimbap here, it's still pretty laid back.
Oh, being a little too conservative with the timing here, and then the Nefarious get dismantled on A main there. Beller getting paranoid at just the right moment. Oh my goodness. This A site is becoming a pain point for Nefarious right now. Every time, pretty much every time they've fought here, Koa's just been able to either like rush straight onto point or just slowly manage to whittle you down before they ultimately hit the site.
One enemy remaining.
Sinon with a nice little wraparound to secure those 2 kills.
There was a cheeky position from Dare towards mid. They just waited towards mid, and then the chamber was actually caught in the open, but just a quick flick from Heidi gets 1 kill with the I almost said Tour de France. That's the wrong thing. Tour de Force. And, you know, just kind of makes the most out of it. But I'm seeing something very, very strange about the buy of Nefarious at the moment. You've got a Guardian, 2 sheriffs, a stinger, and guess what Heidi has?
Yeah, an op. And gets smoked off immediately. Still has. Oh, manages to get a really cheeky kill on top mid there on Casino. And this is a good start for Nefarious. They really need to just push the tempo and get into Koa's faces right now, because every time they let Koa take even an inch of space, they've always regretted it.
That's true. Any sort of aggression is actually shut down very well by Koa. They've been handling trading very well. Every single entry that they have, there's at least 1 to 2 trades, and then they get control of the site. But what they've also been reading very well is where the Vise is and how to get past. All the utility, how to try and break in. At the moment, I think they realize, okay, the Vise has rotated over, so we're just going to have to slow things down, sending Dare towards mid just to try and scout things out for now.
Yeah, but the decision making is a little too slow, at least for my liking. There's 30 seconds on the clock. If this hit does not succeed, they're just going to have to send it. Oh, and Heidi just barely misses onto Yoon, gets a good trade. Oh, Aimval gets 2. Okay, straight up, they're just walking out of smokes now.
Player standing. Spike planted.
Eller does get the 1, but oh, it's too clean from Koa right now.
I mean, you gotta commend them as well. Aimval, their dedicated controller player, very much has been playing Omen throughout this tournament. He's been getting value out of that smoke. So we always joke like Heidi's getting smoked again. They're smoking the opera out, but then that's technically what it is, right? It's a really good job out here from Aimval. 6 assists so far, and I bet you all of those are because the right vision and the right lines of sight have been blocked off at the right time. And it's great so far. Like you can argue that maybe Yoon has not been getting so much information, but maybe because the drone keeps getting broken in the first 5 seconds.
Oh, and Dare gets punished on the lurk there by 2 people. Heidi's creeping up mid as well, holding tiles. First getting ready for the
Spike
retake.
down, B.
Eller does get the trade on November.
I got the spike.
It's looking like things have slowed down just a little bit. Cole will get the plant down.
Look at this lurk from Heidi though.
Yeah, and Heidi's already pushed up. This is potentially a really huge lurk if the smoke fades, and now Heidi's just going in.
They don't have anything outside the side, just 3v4 and barely any utility left. They're actually going to struggle with this pinch.
Okay, but the
One
trades do
enemy
come in.
remaining.
Nefarious are winning these duels, just straight up walking onto point. I don't think Koa had very much utility to really hold the site there.
Oh, was that important?
Mostly very well played from Heidi. There was no sort of anti-lurk
Last
left.
round in the half.
The flank was a really good call because everyone just didn't position outside of the site. There was not much space taken, and again,
yeah,
as he said, no utility to kind of just hold it down.
That's what you want to see from a chamber player or any sentinel player, really, is just the lack of hesitance. A lot of times you'll see, even in pro play, people will be very hesitant to walk straight into your opponent's flank and
Right.
not have to worry about their utility. But that's what you want to see in these moments. Like, you need to take risks and you need to just start pushing your opponents where you think you can.
Well, they see the Vise utility, not able to bait it out
Bait.
though.
Whoa. Okay, we'll call that a bait.
Bye-bye updraft. Oh, and
Oh,
Bibimbap's
Recon
already
comes
there.
down. Bibimbap's getting 1 only.
I have not seen that melee. Titan mail.
Oh yeah, that Titan mail mace. That's
It's been a while.
gives me the ick. That whole skin bundle gives me the ick.
How do you
hold
there's
it?
something about it.
Oh, and Heidi, I think realizing he's maybe bit off more than he could chew.
No? I think we're fine. I don't think anything
Really?
really. I don't know
thought-
why
I
they
thought
didn't
it-
follow that up.
I thought they could have seen him right there.
I think the drone might have been a bit too deep for my liking, just to try and
One
clear.
Oh.
remaining.
Oh. We'll call it what it is. Nefarious had the trades.
Switching sides.
Not sure. But what I'm also not sure of is how I didn't notice that we never used Vi's ultimate in that entire half.
I think it's
And
because the
maybe it
fairies
could
just
have
kept
worked.
dying. I
That's
think the
true.
fairies just kept dying too quickly for it to be of any use.
But then you kind of also see how they've been playing those secondary weapons, and they're not as secondary as you'd think they'd be. They're still quite powerful. And speaking of secondary weapons, we're back to it anyway. Pretty much Vice ulted the entire game. We're back to pistol round, actually. And now, of course, Koa now defending 2 rounds ahead still of Nefarious. But we're going to see much more aggression out of Heidi, and I think that's a good thing. As you mentioned, just being able to take these very confident, aggressive takes, something that has to happen from this chamber/duelist player, because Heidi actually has been playing duelist outside of chamber.
Here.
Yeah, now Heidi just getting inserted into the corner of bot mid here. Already taking a lot of space. You can see the stylistic differences between the two teams. Koa is just not afraid to take space, even though Aimvel just got one off of man. Now that changes things.
I think that's just timing diff. That's the one thing they did have towards attacking side, and just being able to catch that timing of the aggression.
This is looking like a pretty nice re-aggress onto B. Dare doesn't know where to look, gets caught in the 180.
I'm too far.
Takip just mopping up. Now it's a 3v2.
planted.
Nefarious having the advantage now. But again, no smokes. Nothing to really hold the site. Just the aim val with the paranoia here. Koa can meticulously clear these angles though, but time is ticking short.
Last player
You
standing.
know, really needs to get a kill here. 50 damage onto Taka. They get one, but just aren't able to get everyone in the backside.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the scoreboard, right? This is exactly what I kind of expected. Bibimbap at the top again. They're dedicated duelist player. You've got Heidi, the secondary duelist. In fact, I didn't even put Sentinel on chamber at this point in my notes. It just says duelist on chamber. They do kind of swap team members all over the roles, but then you see them
As
in
is
their right
expected,
place,
you know?
right? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It's not too unusual to see swaps. Oh, and a very messy, scrappy fight on B main here. Both recons being traded out, but Bibimbap with a clean headshot onto Aimval. Now it's up to them to keep up the pressure, but that fragment is going to slow them down just for a little bit. But not enough time for everyone else to rotate back. Like, Cypher
Heidi's
is still
taking
on A, but maybe that's for the best, actually. They predicted that.
Yep. What I like is that Heidi still took that space towards B, or mid, rather. And again, they've adjusted their Cypher player, but I don't think it's enough to really stop
Ooh.
anything from happening. They're just running through because they've got the weapon advantage.
Spike planted.
Ah, but Dare is just getting cleared
One
out.
enemy remaining.
Okay, little cheeky right click here. Koa is making this costly. If he can get one more pick here, he does get finished off. But that's all their shields gone, basically. So that was not a fairly cheap round for the set of Nefarious.
It still wasn't as bad as the econ buy from earlier. Again, that was just 3 guns gone. At least they managed to save 3 this time. But again, the shields still kind of a hit to the economy. I think they're still able to buy next round if they have to. But
Yeah.
considering that, you know, it's not the best buy against full shields and better weapons. Pretty
think
sure
I
they
like-
have a chance. At
Oh,
this.
and that is a failed attempt at a shark attack. But the trade does come out from Yoon. So Koa do get one back. Remember, kind of baiting into. Oh, but they're leaving their teammate on mid here. A little bit of a miscommunication, but they still somehow managed to get it back.
That was dicey timing. If he caught out the drone player and no one traded, I think I would have kind of been mad. But then, look behind you! Look behind you!
Oh, he gets two. He gets
Down
two.
A.
How does he get two? That's massive.
There's a door switch somewhere, and it's one person behind. It's one person away. They don't look at Dare. No one called out that maybe I can't hit the switch.
Oh, but Bibimbap is not ready for Yoon. He gressed out into A main earlier.
Gun here.
And that was on that round was all Dare. That was
That
all
was
Dare.
Dare. Mm-hmm. Sorry, that couldn't have been any better timing. Just being able to, well, first and foremost, having the read that they would rotate back towards A and just holding that one corner down, but for someone to not check towards the door switch and not clearing any of the angles out before they go for a plant, I think that's just a bad call from Nefarious.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a really good read from Koa.
I don't know about you, but personally, I always check that corner, even out of the smoke. Just got jiggle, you know?
You could never be too sure.
Never be too sure. But now, Koa looking to put a bit more force onto mid again. But getting smoked off. Is that both of their smokes being, or is that both of Nefarious' smokes being used right there?
Yeah, they are. Actually, no. One was towards mid, and I think they haven't used the second one so far. But
Yeah, but
think
the only
it
real
might go
space they've
down.
gained is Heidi over on A main there.
right,
Nefarious needing to slow this round down even more just to get some of those smokes back. Get some more ground. They're not being too impatient here, but Aimval with the timing. Oh, and Bibimbap with the little crouch step.
Cage trigger.
Just good tech, but then Dare on site, holding. Has the setup. Can stall for a little bit. Gets two. That's huge. If he can get one more, that'd be even better. But Sino manages to find Alexander.
Spike planted.
that's good damage though onto Bel Air. No shield.
Oh, but gets one. Gets two. It's these double picks that are really biting these teams in the butt right here. It's all up to Sino. Belair is low, knows where he is, should be able to get one, but Belair is clean. Does the double, or does the counter strafe? Manages to
4K.
dodge the shot.
Bel Air just landed a 4K, and immediately they're just shot up with that economy. It's still not looking the best. I think they can still come back and buy themselves guns for each person, but now it's actually the save for Kowa. No ultimates available just yet, except for the Cypher ultimate, and I think that's just actually going to cost them a round. Like, I'm going to call it done unless Sinon has clean headshots with that Sheriff.
November is 2 away from the ult, so this could be a huge play here. Just needs to get one and then die. Secures the ult for next round. But now this is looking like a reversal right now. Nefarious being the ones to rush onto A and just immediately take the site.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Heidi just getting some nice eco frags right there.
I mean, something I've been noticing as well, because clearly Dare's not going to clutch this out. You can prove me wrong, but
Oh, you don't have any faith?
me.
Oh, you little faith.
It's called I have trauma with a ghost, and it doesn't shoot where I want it to.
But it's the Sovereign Ghost. Oh, never mind.
Sure.
I'll have what I own.
Sorry, I did not have any faith. But I was saying,
I believed
what
100%.
Isolate the problem.
what I really like is both teams have a lot of mid control, whether that's in the form of sending Heidi alone, for Nefarious, or in the form of having usually you see 3 players from Koa towards mid, and I do realize the importance of holding it down, but when they actually call for the retakes towards either A or B, and they're shuffling their Cypher player around, it's not working out for them, right? The retakes aren't as clean as they want it to be, and their strength is actually just being able to stop any push coming in from the first place, instead of actually trying to retake something. Visalt actually comes out aggressively for the first time, and it's Initiator Vise. It didn't catch anyone though, because no one's on site.
Yeah, Steel Garden was kind of useless there, and that is already 2 ults. But that was a wonderful fake, actually. They've drawn 3 players
Let's
over, but
spike.
now AimVal still ready for it, understanding the timing, gets another, and the spike is there in the smoke. The situation turning around completely for Koa. And now they're the ones in the advantage despite being across the map.
Shock dart.
Taka,
That's only the KO ultimate gone, and they still have so much to work with, and all the angles for that spike.
Flawless.
and it's just surgical. The crossfire is too strong. There's nothing to really break it. And I think Nefarious just invested a little bit too much into that fake.
See, that's what I mean. Every single time they've tried to retake a site, it hasn't panned out for them. But then when they shut down the initial push, and in this case, I'm not sure what the call was for Belair to slowly walk towards A, but for them to be able to get these early picks, that's their strong suit at the moment. They just have to try and get a good read, try and shut down any sort of setup that comes out, especially this early shock dart onto the Vise, just holding it down.
Oh, I
towards
don't know
A.
where Sinon is exactly, but Sinon still gets the one. Can he get another? Oh, no scope! Oh, but gets protected by Dare right there. That's huge. Should be aware of another. Does get
Spike
Taka.
down mid.
Now
One
Nefarious
enemy
is in
remaining.
again. Very bad spot for the round. That early mid aggression just was not
Redundant.
giving them anything, but Alexander does find one as a consolation.
Yoon had the read, but again, they have all the angles just locked in. Alexander
The
has left to
angles
clutch
all the
this.
time. Like a minute on the clock and the spike is just deep in mid right now.
Look, Sinon is doing a great job. I know they had to sub in for KJ, but to fill in the shoes of the main duelist of the team, and then having this sort of
Ooh.
performance, and Dare with a clean headshot, you know, these people are performing, right? It looks consistent all throughout the board. They have 4 ultimates online, and they're looking great in terms of synergy compared to Nefarious at the moment. But I think I highly believe they can get back into this. It's possible.
This goes
Yeah,
here.
Nefarious is being a little bit too scared right now. They've been showing some presence, but they haven't really been showing any aggression, especially after that somewhat failed attempt at a shark attack on Tal.
Right.
They've just been going for holding these angles, and I guess it gets them a few early picks, but they really need to be able to secure rounds. If they keep getting traded out, then it's never going to go in their favor. But Sinon does have a power position here, is going to get
Oh, the
recon.
tripwire!
Oh, and the Hunter's Fury coming out and just putting so much pressure on Dare. There's not enough, but Sinon still gets one.
Pinpoint.
Alexander on the lurk, and looks like it's going to be a pivot to the A site.
Good November
Yeah.
Rain, he has a read.
There's a creeping suspicion that something's going wrong here. But taking it slow, Spike hasn't even been tapped yet, so there's no point rushing. Okay, now he knows. Now they should all know.
Look at that.
Believe.
Just
Oh,
knowing
and Taka
that.
gets tagged by the Hunter's Fury.
What?
Oh, and that's one down, but they don't know where Alexander is yet. Alexander has a huge
The
timing here,
timing!
but the
The flash
flash
though.
goes off. The flash goes off post-mortem.
I don't even know where it's thrown. I didn't see where it got thrown. I just knew there was a flash because my eyes were blind. But then
I think he tried to he tried to underhand the flash to clear the heaven angle, but then inadvertently flashed whoever was in top glass there, like from
what's
the
funny to
grave too.
me
Yeah,
is just Sinon was able to see before Alexander for some reason. I don't know what happened over there.
he was trying to clear heaven and then flash the guy behind him.
But again,
worked
good
out, though.
read It was a really good read from November Rain, just knowing that Alexander had that sort of aggression and being able to take that heaven angle, as you mentioned. It's the first v-op round. As much as we've been seeing operators this game, it has not happened until now.
Yeah, now Heidi's been spotted out, so positioning is being given up. Alexander does manage to find Aimvel being a little too cheeky on A main. The Fairies do have the upper hand here. Getting that one pick is really all you need on Ascent. A little bit lost, but finds the flash eventually.
They have so much space towards tree now, though. Look at this.
But Yoon does manage to see the top of Bimbop's head. Gets
Spike
another
down
one.
A.
They're being a bit lazy here, Nefarious.
One
Oh,
enemy
November is
Oh!
so clean. Oh, with the 4K to secure match point for Koa.
Why doesn't my Phantom do that? I'm sorry. I aim at heads, and it draws a triangle around them.
Oh, and look at just headshots for days around that box.
Way too clean. It was way
3,
too clean.
4. That third one didn't even look, or that third one looked like a wall bang, but it didn't
Yep.
count as a wall bang. And then the fourth one was the one where he peaked. I was like, wait, how did that one wall bang?
I commended Kowa for their trades, and unfortunately, at the moment, Nefarious doesn't have that capability of trading. But here we go,
Oh,
just
but
full
now-
rush, full send it. Go on, go in.
Yeah, Steel Garden coming into play here is able to get one. But Nefarious showing a bit of pace. This is good.
I like this.
Yeah, Koa's
Like we said,
spending
they
a
need
little
more
too much
aggressive.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Koa's getting a little too cocky, so you want to really punish this team when they're so aggressive and at least claw some rounds back just off of mistakes.
Not ready yet.
This is the retake I've been talking about.
Feeling very young.
Whether they pull this off, it does spell victory for this map.
Paranoia does so well to hold them there on the Heaven angle, but Nefarious get 3 picks just off of Heaven alone. And Dare gets 2, but there's not enough time. FHP, not enough resources, and Heidi just confirms that last kill.
I mean, this is it. This is a change they needed. This is a change we've been talking about. That has to happen. We liked how aggressive Nefarious was. We also liked how aggressive Koa is. But now that they've realized, hey, what if we just run it down instead of taking our time? And that has been the weak point of Koa. It's been working out. Look at this. We just had to use all our ultimates, unfortunately. But again, it does work out if you
But look at that,
you
Yoon.
put pressure. Yeah,
Yoon has the Odin, so this is a switch up.
Yoon has an Odin.
Koa may be looking to punish that early aggression, but Nefarious again changing up the tempo, going back to a slower default, just sending out the drone, seeing what's there. It does take out one of the trips. They're just softening up the B side. They don't have to do anything. It's only been 20 seconds. Plenty of time on the clock. As long as they don't really throw any more utility onto this B site, this should be fine. They've put plenty of pressure already. Oh, but Heidi doesn't anticipate that somebody could be on pizza.
That's a big pick. That's so
Yeah,
much
that is-
pressure relieved off of A. Just that lurk or the presence of chamber was already enough to keep some players off the site.
But Belair getting dangerously close to you, and they be... Oh, they dodged each
Spike
other!
down mid.
But the trades do come in. That could have been even worse. Sinon with
Sinon!
another looking to end this half. And it's all up to Taka on 26 HP. Location found. Enemies closing in on him. And the fragment
Defenders win.
manages to take his life. As Koa take the first map, 13-10.
So just before we go back, or sorry, before we go into a break, I just want to talk about this. We've seen how aggressive both teams can get, but look at their performance. Duelist players, top of the board, of course. November Rain, I did expect to perform, and they've been great on the KO and the initiators so far. I like the synergy of Koa. I'm still yet to see more adaptations from Nefarious, but they I'm sure they can do good in the second map, knowing how Koa plays and knowing what they can do against those kinds of compositions and that kind of aggression as well.
Right. Coed looked like they had a handle on both sides of the map. They had an idea of what they wanted to do, and they were able to execute it, even if it did come down a little too close for comfort. But the fundamentals were there. They definitely had that structure, and the tried and true team comp of Jet, Omen, KO, Sova, and Cypher is well, it lended itself to that sort of to those ideas, right? They had all the tools they needed. And it was their map pick, so it's actually nice that they were able to close that out. And next up, we're actually going to have Icebox, which is going to be Nefarious's pick. And it should be a bit more comfortable to see them taking those duels that they wanted to take earlier.
That's true. That's true. Both teams have played Icebox, so we're going to have to wait for that one, and we'll see how they adapt to each other after the break. Okay, welcome back. After the break and after Koa's win on Ascent for map number 1, I mean, look, Ascent is again the very default, the very standard map of Valorant, and they've all shown, actually, no, they've shown a very dominant presence on Ascent, and unfortunately, we actually don't have Nefarious on Ascent. They did not play Ascent in any of their matches recently, so that would make a lot of sense, right? So there's someone who's more practiced compared to someone who has to relearn or replay the map. But we're moving into Icebox, a completely different setup, a completely different layout, and maybe even different champ pick or agent picks rather.
It's strange because aside from maybe swapping around Viper for one of the other agents, Icebox probably has one of the more similar overall compositions compared to Ascent.
Right,
Uh,
yeah.
So we'll have to see though, because Icebox has recently been getting a lot of different agents in play. I've been seeing a little bit more Yoru, been seeing a little bit more Vise. So definitely room to experiment. Is that Arena?
That is Arena.
Oh.
Now, in Koa's composition, they're already settled. They know what they're doing. They have specific people to go on agents, but then Takep actually staying true to their Icebox game previously against what was their name? Sorry, In My Prime. So against In My Prime, they played as Reyna as well. So again, Takep taking that secondary duelist alongside Bibimbap. And Heidi, this is where it kind of gets interesting. Now, they haven't hovered any agent just yet, but instead of Chamber or another duelist, he actually he's a Viper player for this team. And I'm just not sure why he hasn't hovered or locked in just yet, but it says here that maybe Heidi is the dedicated wall controller, or as I call it, for this team. Alexander going on that Sentinel role, Bibimbap classic on Jet, and Belair again as the initiator.
Good old Viper Jail,
Viper
as I
Jail.
like to call it. It's just how it is. Even if you're a controller player, eventually you'll be stuck in a Viper Jail for Icebox.
I've played Viper once for a ranked game, and it was only because I had to fill. And then I understand why people are locked in said Viper Jail, because look, once someone is proficient on Viper, and then Viper is a meta pick for that map, you kind of you're kind of just stuck there. It's like, okay, well, all the lineups, how to set up, how to strategize and play around Viper on this map. There's no changing it, and everyone else can kind of just do whatever they want. Again, you've got a Reyna. That's kind of niche. It's a niche pick. It's not as common as you want it to be. Omen, in my opinion, is also debatable. Sometimes you'd swap out a duelist and then play Omen instead, just to try aggressive peaks, try to get early angles. But this is it. You've got Jet. Regardless, I think Jet's just been the crowd favorite so far.
Oh, hold up. The round is just starting, and let's look at Nefarious. 3 onto mid, pushing straight down. Already some action happening here. And they just
love
take
mid control. Yep. I mean, look, that's worth so much. That's a good anti-flank utility to get rid of, especially on Icebox. Just getting rid of that such wide, not a wide angle anymore, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of space.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely worth it. Oh, and then it's just gonna be dry swings onto site with Nefarious being in the lead right now. I can't lie. I don't really like the way that Koa faced into site there. There's just no support for any of the players taking entry. He's being a little bit
Bibimbap
hesitant.
believers.
Actually, crosshair placement's a little iffy here though. Multiple angles. Yoon waiting for the smoke to cycle in. Dark cover does come out.
30
Shots are
seconds left.
traded. No kills yet, but 30 seconds left.
Toxin screen down.
Koa needs to get a move on. Belair does find one. Widens that gap.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Oh, and it's
Spike
beating
down
Bob
A.
from behind.
Toxin screen down.
Maybe looking like a flawless, but somehow Aimbell manages to get one. But a clean round for Nefarious nonetheless.
just already the switch up in terms of crosshair placement. You've got a lot of verticality going on. You've had multiple people on the rafters playing up down, especially towards screens. Actually, you've seen one person on the rafters and one person right below them, just to try and get, just to mix up their crosshair placement. And as you saw, they're pretty shaky. Actually, they weren't able to get much out of that round, except for one kill onto Aimbell.
Yeah, and Yoon was kind of doing a double take right there. Didn't fully clear the corner. But new round, we'll have to see what Koa decides to do there. Oh, we can't underestimate the eco. Oh, and as I say that, Yoon manages to find Bibimbap. Takif does get two. Heidi finds another. 2v4 now. Koa can take a few more guns out of their hands. Wouldn't be the worst trade. Now, Takif taking a lot of damage off this trade here.
Last player standing.
Oh, and Sino just walking straight into the crosshairs of Heidi.
I mean, Bibimbap overstayed a little too much towards the top of what is it, Jen? And yeah, it didn't go well for them. They didn't proc their dash. It was available. They could have gotten out of that situation, but just chooses not to. Tries to get a pick and a headshot with that Guardian. Doesn't pan out. They do manage to keep the rest of their guns, so it really isn't that bad. They have a pretty healthy economy and still kind of broken in terms of shields on the other side, because they're not getting picks. They only have 2 kills so far.
Yeah, and
Enemy
now it's just going to be a bonus for the defenders here. Shots get traded out. You know where the turret is.
Killed my
Now it's just up to Nefarious to see how they want to hold this site, because they know it's going to be B. The wall's out here. Oh, and then Xenon just sits Alexander down. I don't know what that was about.
grounded.
Yeah, that was a weird ADS. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe hacks on? No, I'm joking. Just
Imagine.
toggling. Start toggling. We need the performance. We need the comeback right here.
Oh, Beam just walking into the crosshairs, but Beller manages to find 2 with the Guardian spraying down. How? Now this round looking somewhat winnable, actually.
Player standing.
Trades
One
come out.
enemy
Taki gets
remaining.
1 November in a 1v1, and Heidi needs to defuse. Has the
No!
time.
It has a time.
It has a time.
They have the time. It's fine. We're okay. Pick up a Vandal. Call it a day. It is expensive, though. You gotta give it. I mean, for both teams, you still have guns.
Oh,
In fact, almost
it
max
is a bonus.
credits. It is a bonus.
It is a bonus.
But almost that clutch out from November, right?
Oh.
If he got that. Oh.
That first shot was, oh.
Look at that. Just Guardians with so much value in 2 rounds alone.
Oh, and that was a lucky spray. Headshot there with the
Mhm.
Guardian. There was no aim in that last one. He let go.
Literally spray and pray, but if you do it with the Guardian, it's bonus points for Aura.
Alexander getting very deeply inserted, starts spraying. I'm not sure if I like this play. Walks out, has to walk out, gets traded out. But not before Koa sustained pretty heavy injuries. for what kind of round they're in right now.
They're backing out already. They're just calling it here.
Oh, but Ainvel finds finds Heidi on the flank.
And the
Now
thing
that's
is,
a go-
already,
Yeah,
an
that's
early
the
rotate
rifle
from Taka.
turnover.
Yeah. Both Lears are still available, so I think they're not going to expect the Reyna to just hold from behind. They do have the information, though.
My ult ready.
Oh, and Taka finds Xenon.
One enemy remaining.
Finds Yoon. Is stuck in dismiss, but somehow gets Ainvel for the third. And Nefarious are looking way more confident on this map compared to Ascent.
I'll be real, I don't remember what Reyna's ultimate is called. But it's available, and that's scary considering how bloody great Takep has been doing on this map so far. 7-1 on Reyna. That's crazy. It's only 4 rounds in, and look, it's looking like a stomp so far, but this is what I'm saying. They were performing on Icebox, especially against In My Prime. It's still showing. They're keeping that momentum, full mental reset from the last game. They're looking much, much better this game.
Much better for, but BB Pop on an off angle. Nefarious.
I don't blame Twitch
indeed,
chat.
Yeah, Nefarious indeed living up to their namesake. That's just a Nefarious angle. This
This
is
is an
also a pretty
Alexander
Nefarious
angle.
though. Yeah, this is an Alexander angle right here. This is almost textbook Icebox, and they're kind of falling asleep at the wheel. Actually letting the round open up again.
But that's Killjoy down. Look at Heidi just able to freely lurk towards A side, and they have this read. Well done.
Oh, Bibimbap just gets the one. Maybe finds another. November gets a little greedy. But honestly, at this point, Nefarious just don't really have to do anything. They just have to not mess up.
That's true.
The trades do come out eventually.
Kind of body blocked, but that was...
Yeah, but November was kind of stuck in that little
Yeah.
that little choke point right there. But yeah,
Back to square one. Look at Koa's econ at the moment. It's just all over the place. You could say they have their ultimates. They might try and fight for an orb for Sinon just to get that Blade Storm online, but look at
I'd
they
imagine
have
that's the
3
play.
ults. Yeah, like it's hard to combat against 3 ults and just so much preparation and so much pressure from Nefarious over here.
I have the spike.
It's definitely been suffocating for Koa, especially after this op has just gotten online. There's no solution when you don't have any hard flashes on your team besides Reyna. And those are hard because they're actually literally intangible or tangible.
Spike down B.
But okay, this round is still winnable for both sides though. Trades are coming
100%.
in. I don't know why Sinon was trying to pick up an op when a Viper spits down.
But also Sinon had the Blade Storm, just chooses not to pop it.
Yeah, and
With the
Aimbell
Viper's Pit.
just peeks out for a second, gets that trade. Oh no, Biller. Doesn't check the corner. Viper spit active, so this is gonna be pretty dicey.
Toxins going up.
Both sides being somewhat hesitant, but then Ainvel just clean with it, expecting somebody to peek in. But they can't quite
30
live off
seconds
this
left.
just yet. Having one person alive means the Viper's Pit is not nearly as successful, and Belair playing the smart, playing the slow enough. He's not rushing. He knows they're not they weren't gonna stick it there.
Thrifty.
Oh, and I think he gets spotted through the gap in the smoke there or something, or just gets sussed out maybe.
There was a little gap towards get the call out name towards the corner snowman, and there's a timeout. There's a timeout happening, so I'm gonna just brush over that real quickly. There was a little gap, and they did spot out the Sova, but that was actually really well played. They tried to get information. They played around Viper cooldowns, and they waited for the wall to go back up. You saw the Killjoy swarms coming out and try to zone the Sova. And while he did, while Belair actually did a really good call and he pushed through the swarm grenades, it just angle diff, timing diff,
Like
and
everything.
just everything about it. What I will also point out is both Sovas actually kept their ultimates that time. I thought maybe, okay, they're going to use Hunter's Fury to try and zone the Viper out. And maybe that could have been a play, but they just opt to save it. And maybe for Dare when he has his lockdown available.
Yeah, it's all valid. Now, it's personally, in my opinion, I think Koa just needs to take that breather there. They had a minute.
Mhm.
Just calm their nerves and just worry about getting those picks that they need to get, because they're not doing awfully in terms of picks. At least Aimbell's starting to really pop off right now. But the total amount of kills isn't that much more different, especially since they're the top two players on each team are basically even.
Mhm.
That's enough of that. Taka gets an early destruction on that turret. Good use of that space.
I mean, look
The
at
rest-
it's a much faster approach towards A compared to the other rounds.
Yeah, Nefarious are dumping quite a few resources here. Wall goes up, dark cover goes out. But no utility's broken yet from the side of Nefarious. They're just hunkered down. There's no pressure.
You're not popping anything either. Look at this.
Oh, Dare does manage to get taken out. Oh, November Brain and Aimval getting their trade or getting the picks respectively. Even Bob gets one. Huge pick.
Oh
Almost-
no.
Oh,
That dart doesn't reveal anyone, but
Enemy down.
it doesn't. He's a
Gets
huge
you.
just standing out in the open.
Right here.
Now it should be 2v1. Easy enough as long as the other person covers. But then Hunter's Fury, I think that misses. Yeah, I think that misses technically.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, gets the headshot.
One
Or-
enemy
Three
remaining.
gone.
Oh, but November just barely manages
he's
to
playing
inch
time.
out.
Oh!
Oh, and he knows. He knows. He knows exactly where that spot is.
Scanning ahead.
Beautifully played by November right there.
Someone said hacks. Oh, no, that's not hacks. I'm thinking hacks, but then I mean it is the default. It is a straight angle down. And again, I mean, Bibimbap also didn't have any health. It was pretty doomed for the spam. But that's a much better execute from Koa. This is what they need. They need to go back to their roots. They need to try and do what they did on Ascent. In other words, be aggressive. That's something they haven't been doing. They've been slowing their pace down a lot on Icebox. And they're doing it again. But I think that for a very good reason. Look at this push from A main.
Yeah, and Dare just gets his head ripped off by a sheriff. Aimval gets one. Yun gets two more before finally getting traded out. Now the guns are turned over. Aimval,
They have Spike.
yeah, needs to retrieve the spike somehow. No one else is flanking, so all that space is gone. Viper's Pit just add a bit of insult to injury. But he's just
No
going in.
shields.
Right, he's just going in. Random spam could kill him at this point. Nobody knows where he truly is.
I am terrified. Heidi walked into 3 people spamming the smoke while vulnerable and somehow matrixed all of them.
Yeah. It's kind of insane.
It's a nasty reposition though. Look at this.
Last player standing.
Oh, wait.
30
This
seconds
changes
left.
things. Oh, that was... I don't want to say it, but that was just unfortunate, man. I feel like if Heidi didn't need to peek out there and try to take that risk. They already had the Viper's Pit down. The enemy's got to come to you, but they see the tracers, and that's ironically one of the advantages of having a Phantom on Viper. It's just the fact that you won't get sussed out whenever you shoot somebody.
Look, I like the reposition from Heidi. I do respect it. What I didn't like is that they kept the same angle after getting one pick,
Standing ahead.
right? Like, you can argue maybe you can get another one. It's a Viper Spit. It's a rapid decay.
Top Dare's head just gets spotted. Deep and Bob. Just making his way out. More utility gets traded.
Poison orb emitting.
And this is what you want to see. You want to force your opponents to use utility because that utility helps you to essentially guess where they are.
Yeah.
Especially intercontinental clothing, you know what I'm saying?
What? Was that a pun?
That was a failed pun. That was a failed
Oh
pun.
no, I just it slipped through my mind.
No, don't worry about it. Okay, Emil gets 2 in kitchen.
Just like Aval slipping through. I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
One enemy remaining. Last
Oh,
player
November
standing.
with a clean headshot, 1v1. Anyone's game now. Like playing it patiently, should know. Sees the elbow, but Aimval is just smoking hot right now. Literally
We're so
smoking
back.
Nefarious right now.
We're so back. Aval.
Oh, a little sliding on the ground. What the heck?
What?
Am I seeing that correctly? Oh, okay.
No,
We're back.
I
We're back.
don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. It must have been lag. I'm not
I
sure.
think that was just a visual bug. I was like, what?
Oh. Aimval in the previous game took a while to warm up, but this is it. I think everyone is, well, I wouldn't really say everyone, but I think it's at that point where it's just like, I gotta lock in. I think I can carry, and Aimval is proving that correctly at 13-7 at the moment. Yeesh.
Yeah,
Xenon's
the
waking up
Viper
too.
player is top fragging. Dragging your team back from the depths.
That's the first lockdown of this half, and I'm liking it.
Poison's off.
But no one's really staying on site. They might
Oh, what was
try to
that?
bail out a detain.
Oh,
Never
that was an
mind.
icky fight. But I mean, that's Aimval. You don't give Aimval those kinds of fights.
That's true, but that also denies their Killjoy lockdown for defenders. But November Rain already booked it. Goodbye, sayonara.
Planted. My ult is ready.
Aimval is
Honestly-
positioned toward mid, and I don't blame them. Look at this. It's a great post plant, and they've got both ults if they opt to.
Honestly, I could not get a read on this round. This was jail Valorant at its finest. This is just all out brawling and like aim dueling. Just no rhyme or reason. Oh, the spikes in B? Great.
So you're saying it's my ranked game?
You know, even like the best, most highly coordinated
Found them.
rounds in VCT Valorant on this map sometimes look like a ranked game.
So true.
Last player standing.
Oh, but he gets half. Okay.
Kind of
Worthy
lined up
attempt.
for a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, but Koa regaining their strength 5 in a row now. Mental was not down at all. They just got to keep up this pressure. Just honestly, just taking fights. This is working out for their favor.
You know what? They needed that timeout. I don't know what they had in that timeout, but it probably tasted good.
Yeah, I
Like,
want
look, if
some,
it's
I want
lunch,
whatever
I
was
eat
in that
that.
timeout. Like, did they get sandwiches?
Did they
Like
get
mid-game snacking?
Did they get sponsored by Red Bull? Like I don't know what happened, but they're feeling it now, and I like this momentum as you mentioned. Heidi solo holding down B for now and doesn't land that one tap. Don't know if he really wants to try and contest more, but I don't think it's the right call. Yep, they just back away and they maybe just have to hold sight from all the way back there.
All that space just given up for free, and
Ouch.
yeah, no other words. Just okay, that was about
okay.
looking.
You know, I like that. I like that they used the Hunter's Fury to try and deny it, but Spike's already booking it again. November Rain's just like a piece
One enemy
gone.
remaining.
And already the repositions are great. The calls, the decisions that they're making,
Last
they're
round
on
before the
point
switch.
right now.
I don't know if I can cast this. This is just this is just aim dueling at its finest. This is just guys, go B, shoot people. Yeah. Like, what is this right now? The bomb's not being planted. Just standing on top of yellow. Like, Eunice TP to the other side of the map, and you know the round's over. Like, this is
Everyone has
Valorant at
been
its
like,
finest.
yeah, I know, they just like rolled out everyone into one position, said, you know what, you can take care of that. And then I bet November Rain's just like, guys, I'm going X side. And they're just like, yeah, okay. Whether they can follow that up or not is completely up to them. But they kind of just go with the flow. Whatever happens, it's like, yeah, sure, we can go that side. Do you want to
Like
go
there
there?
hasn't been a
Sure.
single fake on this half yet, and
That's true.
Xeno just gets one. The solution is just go hit A, guys. Well, Lurk will maybe work something out.
People are gonna flame me. They're gonna be like, "Oh, there's no analysis. Like, what do you mean? There's no strategy? Are you looking at this game? There's not like it's just like, hey, we got
Like,
someone."
7 players are within like 30 meters of each other right now, all taking their own angles.
And there, but you know, like jokes aside,
Oh.
there is still a lot of synergy happening. The lockdown finally comes out, and they're just gonna try and hold this down as much as they
Standing
can.
ahead.
Heidi just missed. There on the Lurk. He's really late to the party, but oh, might be able to get one.
This is what I mean. Look at it. November Rain's
That
calling
was
it
an
again.
interesting
Guys, we're gonna
segue.
go.
30 seconds
Running.
left.
30 seconds left. I don't blame you for running, but
Now
Bibimbap's here
25
to
seconds. Now
respond.
Bibimbap in kitchen. Oh, lining him up. It's up to November. Has to get this kill, but the spike is
Spike
dropped. Gets
down,
traded by
B.
Yoon. Now the game's looking a little bit more exciting.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, but Heidi is ready for it. Wow.
Such a great
10
read. Such a
seconds left.
great.
All up to
Such great
Yoon. 8
crosshair
seconds.
placement.
Needs to get the spike down.
Yoon's in the open.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no.
Oh, but he wasn't able to get Alexander.
That's how the half ends.
Switching sides.
That's how. Okay.
Nefarious coming back for the 1 round to tie up the scoreline. 6-6 at the half.
Look, I'm all for it, right? We've talked about this in terms of homework, in terms of statistics, and we've talked about how Kowa had a very dominant run against, especially Open Up the
That's a
Sky,
good peek from Yoon.
and you've got relatively like okay gaps in terms of score when it came to Nefarious, but then you're looking at this game or these 2 games so far. I don't want to cast or curse it, so I won't say it just yet, but I'm liking how close of a game this is.
For real, I think that's one of the fun parts of any game. I just don't know if I could say the same about Icebox, because on Icebox, it doesn't feel like half these rounds are deserved. Sometimes it just feels like, oh, he gets a headshot. Cool, we win the round. All right, but new round, pistol round. Pistol round is always the most interesting on Icebox. We're gonna see
That's
a
true.
pretty standard B split onto here. Gary's getting crunched from both sides, but his team's there to help. Oh, and
Spike
again,
down,
Aimval
B.
getting 2 more. Alexander just gets the spike down. Now it's,
One
again, just
enemy
brawling, mopping up all over towards yellow. November. 2v1 isn't able to get the 1 pick he needs. Nefarious, again, take the first round. That's 2 for 2 in terms of, 2 for 2 in terms of pistols for now.
So here's another fun fact that I got from my homework that I've done. On the first 2 maps that they played against Open Up the Sky, Kowa actually their star player was KJ. Unfortunately, KJ again cannot play today, and Sinon is in place. He's still doing a great job, pretty sure. But for the next games, it wasn't actually the duelist player that was popping off. It was the quote unquote supporting players. So you've got November Rain and Yoon just doing their thing, but Aimval's showing up today. You can see it.
For real. I think this is where you start to see those fundamental pure gun skill mechanics really shining through. Oh, but Belair is gonna give his life for this spike. Takip does get 1 for the trade. What is going on, you?
Where are you going?
Heidi,
Toxins going up.
what am I watching?
Toxin screen down.
Pure Valorant.
One enemy remaining.
Pure jail
Oh!
Valorant, Heidi. Okay,
Grateful I killed your witch.
clean enough
Clean.
for Nefarious. They keep the
The
guns.
moment you said like gunplay and you know all that bonanza,
I just
all
see
all I
this
heard-
on my screen. What am I
for
watching?
like 5 seconds was
What am I
spam through
watching?
smokes, maybe 5 bullets going past the spike planter, and then everyone just managed to stay alive somehow until Heidi just cleaned up everyone else. That's what I saw.
If you just take a look at the top of the screen and just look at the player count, you know, it's not abnormal. But then all of a sudden it just turns into like absolute like brawl. And now you can't tell what's going on. Okay, Nefarious on the bonus though.
Oh yeah, they're not. I'm not counting them out. They have a lot of time to try and get back this half, or rather, Nefarious. Look, I'd like a game 3. Again, I didn't want to say it as early as a while ago, but I'd love a game 3.
Ah, showing some favoritism.
No. I'm just saying. I want to see how they can play out like each other out more.
Poison orb emitting.
Because this is great. I don't know what's happening, but look, we have Bibimbap believers, we have November Rain believers, and then everyone is doing their own thing, and it's great so far.
Found them. Bomb grenade out.
Yep, and that first pick just kind of opens up the site. November Rain gets one through the smoke, or was that through the wall?
I think it was just through the smoke, or I think
wasn't
he
able
just
to see that
found
on the
an
replay,
angle.
but-
Yeah.
Okay, Recon Dart does go out. A little bit of utility getting traded. The question is, can they clear out yellow? Yellow has always been a pain point for these teams doing retakes, and then they're just kind of swinging out without his team. Xenon does manage to get 2. Now it's tied up, but time is ticking down.
Mhm.
And Koa looking like the... Oh, they get 1 advantage.
Enemy remaining.
They're on the
Alexander
spike!
gets a 3!
Calculated.
What a massive clutch from Alexander!
Out of charges.
Oh, that's crazy.
I got money.
How? Oh, okay, no, because I saw the tap on the spike. It was so close. It was almost there, but then just all the headshots managed to hit at the right time, at the perfect time, even.
As soon as I said that Koa had an advantage, they lose a 1v3.
Placing alarm
I
bot.
mean, I think you just had to hold on yellow there. Just be a bit more patient.
Right, yeah. I think everyone swung out way too early than they were supposed to.
And Alex... okay.
Stealing sight.
What?
Again, jail Valorant. What? Just kills. Like minimal utility traded. Headshots done.
No
What?
way!
What am I watching? What am I watching?
Who's winning? You know what? You guys tell me. Who's winning? I don't
The
know.
bomb's down already on A.
One enemy remaining.
Like what?
What happened?
Last player standing.
Like the bomb is down. It's a 1v1 now. November honestly could.
What?
Oh my goodness! Through the wall. Needs to find the spike. Okay.
I'm
I
off
thought
my
it was-
chair. I'm sorry. I can't.
Clutch.
That's Koa's first round and a half. That was Koa's first round and a half.
I need a breather. I don't know how to feel.
okay.
That was
The first couple kills, whatever. Okay, we've seen all that, right? And then a collateral in mid with an outlaw, and then this shot through screens while he's droning. I don't know.
I'll give them the benefit of a doubt. Look, great read, great spam. But what the hell? If it's going to get this dicey, if it's going to get this scrappy with the rounds, I'm all for it. I love chaos. I love when people kind of just say, look, maybe strategy's not working out. If you let them do their own thing, just like this,
Oh.
where it's like early aggression,
Down. B.
I think it just pans out and it's great.
Xenon and Aimval, we're doing the due diligence, so that's good. They get the
Koa's
first couple
doing it.
picks here. Yep, and it's
One
ta-
enemy remaining.
Oh, Takip. Okay, Heidi gets one back. Again, just trades everywhere. Really hard to follow along. But 2v1, Koa in the advantage. Spike
It's a
is
massive
dropped.
advantage.
Right, Spike is dropped. Killjoy utility is still up.
Screen down.
I don't think
Heidi's
Killjoy's in
elf.
range of the turret, but if he was, that turret could kill Heidi right now. Doesn't need to shoot this.
Is that
Okay, shows
enough?
incredible.
35 HP?
Shows incredible picture. Yeah, it gives him a chance. Gives him a chance.
Hmm.
Poison orb emitting. Poison's
I'm gonna
off.
hold my breath for this. Look,
Toxin
if
screen
Heidi
down.
clutches this on 35 HP, maybe I won't eat a shoe, but it
30
would
seconds
need a
left.
miracle right now, especially 30 seconds left, and having to plant the spike,
25
people
now,
healthy on
yeah.
utility and health. How do you pull this
November
off?
Brain needs to watch. They're both yellow.
That's the alarm
Shots
bot.
fired.
10
Heidi needs to
seconds left.
speed up, get a kill, but he can't. Koa again stabilizing. Now it's her second round in a row. But that was excellent play from Koa right there. And
You
yeah,
guys can call
Nefarious definitely needs a
timeouts.
timeout. The game is spiraling out of control, despite the fact that it's only been what, like 5 rounds on their attack.
It's just we ended 7-5. No, we ended 6-6.
6-6. It was 6-6.
It's only
So
been
it's been
5
3
rounds. Look,
plus 2, yeah, 5. Math.
you guys are lucky
Basic
you
math.
can call timeouts. We can't. We have to sit here and take in what is happening in the game, right? And I
Yeah,
don't
I
even
wish
think
I
they know what's
could-
happening in game.
I wish I could slow down the timer and rewatch some of these moments because my goodness, like, no disrespect to our hardworking observer, but it's just literally 6 people are dying at the same time. This is truly jail Valorant.
Can you blame them? Really? Like it's beyond observers at this point.
Yeah, this is beyond observable. This is it's tough work. It's tough work, but
Oh, yeah.
to be honest, if I'm talking from the player's perspective, at least from Koa's perspective, since they're still down a round, right? They really need to play towards the advantage and keep
Yeah.
keep their ranged weapons, right? Just
Oh yeah.
effective, because right now they should know that Nefarious is on the eco, and if that's the case, they really don't want to cause chaos. They don't want extra things to get into the mix. They really want to just keep that order and keep those long range fights, keep them steady headshots. And you can see already Nefarious wanting to go fast because of these shorter range guns. Lear being really their only engaging utility, and once that's done, Biebenbot just gets 2.
My ult's not
Sitting on the
ready.
last knife, and look, it's a judge in the Viper's pit. This is it. They're
Judge,
forced
Stinger,
to take these
One
short
enemy
range
remaining.
fights.
and you just gets traded out. Sinon just doesn't have a choice, really. It's knives into the pit.
One knife.
Could maybe
One
save a
knife
gun.
left.
Lock in
It's a
sight.
consolation prize.
Oh,
Oh, gets tagged by the dart.
yup.
Oh, managed to get. Oh, he didn't have faith that he'd get the reset.
I had full faith. Look, I main Jet, and I always call it the last knife buff, where every single time, like, don't quote me on this, right? Every single time you have the last knife, and you're under so much pressure, it ends up hitting a headshot. Like, again, don't blame me if it doesn't hit, but it happens, right? And I believed for a second that maybe, Xing Xing, 3 dead all at once, but unfortunately that is another loss for
Poison
Koa,
orb emitting.
and they weren't able to save any gun, and it's back to Econ, yeah. And you still
Rounds.
have a lot of like ultimates. You still have the Killjoy lockdown.
Yeah, Nefarious
for
is-
Nefarious. Yeah, they're pretty healthy in terms of it. There it goes.
I was just about to suggest that Koa should really use their Viper's Pit to defend one of the sites right now, but in hindsight, maybe that's for the best.
Mhm.
Yoon is just completely trapped out, though.
Spike planted.
They're just gonna have to poke and prod through the smokes. That's all they can really do right now, and maybe catch someone reloading, but none of the shots are hitting at the moment.
Yeah, for now, it's just standard eco behavior. Walls coming up, they have to get into site quickly, but if Nefarious take deeper positions, it's going to be way more difficult to get this down. But Sinon does get the one.
Player standing.
Oh, little whiffy from
Oh.
Alexander, and what? 4 kills from the side of Quo right now. Excuse me? This is what I'm talking about. Like, 4 people just died in like 1 second. How do you observe this?
How do you? How? Okay, sorry, my bad.
Can
I
we
didn't know
get
you
a
were in game.
replay?
Is there a replay? Is there a coherent replay of anything? That's my question. Can you? Is it,
Shout out to our observer Xiaolong Bao for having to observe all of this. Like, what is going on?
I don't. Nothing's playing, by the way, for us or the stream rather. 4 people die. I know, right? I don't understand. I can't say that word in the prod
Like,
prod
4
chat, but yeah.
people. I blinked and 4 people died.
Look, great econ. Again, you can't really count them out, but they're keeping this game close at 9-10, and it's back to a gun round, or like a full kind of gun round. Sinon has an op again in defending, but it's positioned towards B this time. More of the attackers are leaning towards A, and I don't blame them. You've got a lurk again from Heidi towards mid. They're just trying to get more information before actually being able to commit, but that's Hunter's Fury coming out.
That was good to bait out the Hunter's Fury and breaks the drone. Now they just have to hold Yoon. Too busy pinging to have that proper crosser replacement. Now November Rain gets spotted out. Needs to survive here for his team to have one. He gets one.
Down A.
Got one.
And it's a 3v2 now. Koa stabilizing the round. Dare managing to make a good play. Playing safe. Now,
Heidi knows.
yeah, Heidi's on the lurk.
One enemy
Oh, but
remaining.
Sinon isn't sure.
Hmm.
But I like this. Both players immediately deciding to shift towards B.
Turrets destroyed.
Playing it safe. Now Dare essentially
30
trapped
seconds left.
by his own mind. Can't really do anything.
Dare has no util left because it's being expended now. I think it would have been better personally to use that utility as he tries to take space, like maybe wait for that Viper wall to go down, but now it's just left to nothing. And I don't know how you're going to really clear so many angles and diffuse in time, you know what I mean?
I think Dare just has to muster up the courage here and just like fully press it, but he's been spotted by the recon, so that's gonna make things astronomically difficult. As
Oh, where's
Nefarious
the
get
gun?
the high-low setup.
Toxin screen down.
That's unfortunate. Dare pulled out the knife like last second. I guess maybe the setting isn't on, but like look at this replay real quick. November Rain just caught in backside. And again, a lot of value out of that lurk from Heidi towards mid. It caught off that opera's position, the timing of it, and getting that trigger discipline in. A little bit of a whiff, but it still got the job done. And it's one more point for Nefarious to match point, and it's
We'll have to
and a
see.
broken buy. Look at this. It's just one Phantom and some pistols. I'll ignore the
Yeah,
stinger.
very
but
very
yeah.
scrappy buy.
Deploying
And Nefarious has the Empress online, so this is a very deadly round. Looking to close it out and get to match point. But Koa suspecting
Toxins going up.
that most players are going to be here. Viper's Pit potentially at play.
But it's with a
A
classic.
drone gets taken out. Is this enough? Is this enough to bait out the Viper's Pit? This could change the whole round, whether they decide to use this pit or not.
I think if they get a proper read, right, and they manage to pick up or maybe transfer the stinger over to the Viper, I think I'd believe you more. But they spend it on A. They're not there anymore. Everyone's bailed.
Yeah, and now
Everyone's
the
going
round
towards
speeds
B.
up on B. They know it's not going to be on B anymore, but the pick is there. Maybe it's a little too hasty. Oh, but Dare taking a very lazy peek onto 2. Oh, and now Takib just leaning house.
30 seconds left.
I mean, Ainvel
What?
does get the 1 on A,
Planted.
but 2 versus 3, both players not nearly ready enough
Here.
to retake the site. And this is looking like a done and dusted match point.
They
Ainvel
do
maybe looks to save.
have the guns, though. I think it's not a bad idea to kind of just rush in and try to get picks at the very least. Maybe you don't want to feed another ultimate point to November Rain, but they will be buying next round anyway. What they're looking for is exit frags, and just no one is showing up.
They should have enough to buy for next, but I think by saving the guns, they do get to keep. Yeah, they should be able to buy their whole team next round.
It's match
I'm
point
not-
now
Match
for
if I'm Koa,
Nefarious.
if I'm Koa, what I'm thinking is timeout. Yes, exactly. Timeout.
That was good timing. Yep. I would think timeout too.
Yeah, just like calm your nerves. Like we, you know, Koa is very, very capable of taking the game by storm. They have the raw mechanics. They have the team play. Of course, their sub might be struggling a little bit when it comes to these more chaotic moments where the connections just aren't there. But you just gotta calm down and take a deep breath sometimes because you know, there's two sides of jail Valorant, and
Right.
you're going to be on either one of those sides at any given point. It just helps to be able to shift the odds so you're always on the favorable side. You know, when the chaos is there, you're always on that you're always on the side that has the upper hand, right? And it looks like Koa is starting to be on the opposite end of that, where now suddenly their whole structure is falling apart, their systems are falling apart, and they just don't have any solutions to some of these problems.
What I will say is I'm a big fan of when co-op aggresses towards A side. I think that's been working out really well for them. They just haven't been doing it recently. Like compared to them sitting in backside and waiting for a push to happen. In fact, they're shuffling their KJ player around, and of course, Aimval again also being shuffled around. They're just not able. They weren't able to get value out of the Viper's pit. They weren't able to get so much control. But this is new from Nefarious, and I don't know if they've had a read on this at all.
Oh, Aimval does get the one trade. Oh, but Dare dies on mid, being a little too hasty. Now it's up to these players clearing mid. Can Alexander find Xenon, and that's huge.
Enemy remaining.
No.
Finds one more, but then November Rain too late with the trade. This round is so difficult. Players literally on both the north and south ends holding the longest crossfire. At least he recognizes that it's there, but the flash and everything is too much as the Nefarious take the second map.
Well, I mean, I asked for it. We're going to game 3, guys. But Icebox was much farther chaotic than Ascent. And looking at the scoreboard, everyone was pretty much performing. Look, no one really fell short. I think it came down to whether realizing what would have played out better for their team. Unfortunately, as much as I mentioned, aggression, they did that very last round, but it just took a little too much time, and the retake just ended up boiling down to one person. Didn't pan out, and yeah, we're gonna go towards, I forget what the decider map is. It's going to be Lotus.
Lotus.
God, look, personally, Icebox is crazy. Lotus can be even crazier with the doors. So I'm. Are you ready for more chaos?
I'm ready for some actual Valorant. We will see you after the break.
Alrighty, welcome back, guys. And I'll be honest, I don't think a break is going to help us recover or anyone recover from the last game.
We'll need it though. We definitely need it. Both teams need to reset after that last map.
Look, big salute again to the observers and the teams, and to obviously like each other as casters. But look, when it gets chaotic, it's like Paper Rex gameplay where you kind of just say, yeah, that happened, and then you move on. But there's really no moving on because more things happen. But again, we're moving from Icebox map 2 where Nefarious won, and we're going to Lotus, the decider map, and this is it. This is the final dot MP3 EXE, all of it. If it goes overtime, that's when you know this has been a really good and close fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Overtime almost seems mythical at this point. You know,
It's a big ask.
It's fated to happen.
I mean, yeah, it's a big ask, but then Lotus, funnily enough, we have not seen Nefarious on Lotus, so what their composition might be, I'm not sure. But we've actually seen Koa on Lotus, and looking at their match history, they went 13-1 against Open Up the Sky. They do have their set composition, which is this one. They do play Vise, they do play Initiator. What's different is that Sinon is playing Raze instead of KJ playing their signature Neon. They do play the Neon, and it's a good pair with the Breach. I think Raze just has a different approach to aggression and utility. On the other side, they're hovering over ISO, and that would be interesting. They are also going for that Vise. They also are opting for that Fade, but maybe not ISO. Bibimbap thinking differently this time. Almost a mirror matchup, but if they choose a different duelist, that's what makes it spicy.
Yeah, absolutely. That change from Neon to Raze definitely creates a lot of different fault lines. That I think Nefarious is just gonna have to Koa's gonna have to really account for, because the timings are just gonna be a little bit different. The things you can do are just gonna be a little bit different, and all of that really hinges on the fact that Xenon is this new piece that's being moved into the board, and you don't know how that's going to mesh as well either, because different raises have different playstyles, right? You have people who are a bit more patient, a bit more flexible, not as aggressive, maybe, like compared. You have raises that are like Jing from Paper X versus
Right, yeah.
like Monyet from
Oh,
Paper
yeah.
X, same team, different, but
Very, very
you get
different,
the whole
yeah.
point.
Yep. And I actually don't know who played Raze recently. It must have been, you know what, actually I do remember. November Rain has played Raze on other maps. November Rain's actually their flex player, doesn't settle for any particular role, any particular agent. They just do whatever, and it fits any kind of composition that they go for. But in Koa's second match on Lotus, they actually kind of fell off. But I do believe that they know what they're doing, especially on this map. The only curveball that exists is that, again, Nefarious has never played on this map this tournament so far.
Yeah, we're just gonna get a fast start onto A main here. Oh, maybe it's a fake. Actually, a lot of attention going to B main. Smoke does come out. We'll have to see. Bebop just chilling. The crossfire is really hard. Barely manages to not peek the shoulder out there, and then it's just gonna transition over to C.
Retrieving
Those
flash.
smokes really delayed so much time over there, and now they're just gonna try and bait out the Vise Udo, but that's already tricky in itself. Another smoke comes down, and this is what I mean. These smokes are slowing down so much in space taking. Ouch. Those vines, yeah. And while Lexia's still muted, I'm gonna have to fill in for now. Further on into CT, they're actually planting the spike towards the backside. As 4 players flood through the doors, Flash comes out onto the side, but they're already trying to wrap around towards Waterfall. Alexander already taking that space in the smoke. Health being chunked down, and retake still going through, but the Flash is delaying so much time. Fault line available. Stuns.
Player standing.
Only one person, but again, the retake not panning out for them so far. Sinon has to try land that headshot and go to the other, but 3 against 1, it's a bit too much for that retake. First round goes over to Nefarious, and it's looking good so far for their pistol. They do love putting an outlaw on Heidi so far. That's what I've been seeing. Heidi loves using long-range weapons, namely the outlaw, of course, the operator. But on Vise, this is pretty interesting, actually. Sentinels don't really carry that, and we've always said, hey, look, Heidi's always the second duelist player. It's pretty good. Full econ, though. Not a single upgraded pistol coming out from Koa. And they've stacked towards B, but the read is quite wrong. Gamble. Just not there. Heidi with the first pick onto aim val. They're already starting to take the space towards a fast entry. from Bibimbap. And the lurk kind of shut down by Heidi, but he is stunned
Wall
up.
trip.
Tries to hold it down for now. Isolated. Sinon gets that kill. Already too much for the site itself. All players standing together, standing united. Going for that flank, but already someone hiding towards tree. Seize comes out, holds him back, and just through the funnel. Clean up. And that is the cleanest bonus run I've actually seen so far. It's everything else has been kind of weird when it comes to economy. They end up with barely any weapons saved, barely any guns kept to their favor. But this time around, actually, you know, we're fine. We're chilling. It's a pattern that they've been using, a formula that they want to adhere to, is 3 players sticking very closely to each other, moving Vise from
Launching thorns.
C to A.
Worthless.
Bibimbap pot flying in the air. November rain 2k so far. Slows down the push in the fourth line. Doesn't allow for any follow-ups. Val here to rotate as well, and they've left C, but snaking up ice so far, so they're fine. Like go try clean space now. Are really working together on this one. Able to switch the kill to Bel Air, and now in a 2v5. Spotted out. Only an outlaw in hand. Can still do damage, but still the weapon advantage for Koa. Holding. Just holding that so well. The double up. It's a flawless coming out from Koa, and this is the synergy. Why is the door? Sorry, the door is still going. This is the synergy I like seeing from Koa, right? We commended them on game number 1 for being able to take trades, for being able to follow up whenever a setup is being made, and I think, you know what? That's what was lacking in Icebox, quite frankly, because Icebox was a flurry of whatever the hell. This one looks more methodical. This one looks more organized, and again, that's what we need.
Shadows traveling.
Back to a slower pace. And oh, my co-caster's back. Yay!
Yes, I'm back after a momentary pause. So what did I miss?
Koa's doing well again. Like, they're doing their trades properly, and they're okay. They're looking sharp again.
Oh, great paranoia.
Enemy down.
Coming out here. It's coming through. Yoon does manage to find Bel Air. Smokes from Nefarious are gone.
My ult is ready.
And Yoon again just holding down the site
One enemy remaining.
as Heidi and Alexander try to get the trades
Player
in.
standing.
Dare managing to fall. It's a 1 versus 1.
Commentator Mike has problem. I don't know if that's me
30
or
seconds
if
left.
something must have happened. I don't know. Do I sound fine? Oh, it's a 1v1.
Good hit.
Okay, thank you.
Heidi in dugout does get spotted. Time is running low though. 10 seconds.
Left.
Has to get the spike down. But is looking for the fight instead. Doesn't manage to find that headshot. Panics at the end. Had plenty of time to reset that fight if he needed to.
I'd comment more, but I think we're having tech issues at the moment.
So far, the game is generally progressing pretty fine. I think both teams just starting to get the groove again, looking a bit more calm compared to before. I mean, there was a little bit of panic there from
Not ready
Heidi,
yet.
but it's mostly just an in the moment kind of thing.
Thorns activated.
And Nefarious again trying to go for a fast A hit. This time, Koa is not prepared for the literal onslaught that is this push.
Thorns are alive.
Earlier it was just the Rays satcheling in, but this time it's everyone somehow satcheling in.
Oh, and Dare losing out to the Stinger at that range.
Wall trip. Flash placed.
Fortunate Heidi setting up Arc Rose. And this is going to be absolutely nefarious push as November Rain is just caught in no man's land.
I'm liking this ultimate usage so far, as much as it is kind of a broken buy. They're basically guaranteeing the round for themselves, right? Like you're never too sure, especially with
Right.
3 sheriffs. Yeah, they're just doing great with it.
This is what you've got to use those ults for, right? If you're down on Eco, that doesn't mean you
enemy
lose the
remaining.
round, but
Hey,
8? No, with 4?
Last player standing.
Oh, isn't able to get it. There's no time. Yoon doesn't have enough time. Can he get the ace? No. I thought that was an ace. Or I thought that was going to be a...
It was going to be a
4K.
nice. It was a 4K, and then I think we're gonna have a tech. Yep. They're calling for a tech pause, but clean 4K from AimVal. Unfortunately, there was no follow up to the diffuse. So yep.
Okay, so just momentary tech pause as we sort out some issues with
The stream and
mics.
mics. Yep.
But Nefarious, again, looking structured, looking purposeful in the way they wanted to handle these pushes compared to Icebox, where it really just came down to whoever got the first pick. Like, maybe rely on the lurk, and that was that.
I need a drop.
I think it's different, though, because we're looking at Nefarious' comp here, where it's double initiator, lots of flashes from the Paranoia to the Arc Rose to Breach, obviously. And
Yep.
then so many pieces of utility to kind of soft detect people, like the boom bot, and then you got the Prowlers. Arc Rose, again, kind of helping with that as well. The Sheer, like, there's so much utility to play off of and make these sort of decisions, right? Compared to Icebox, where you just kind of, you have the Silverdrone, and then the Dart, and then once those get broken, it's just kind of, again,
Where
jail
do you go
Valor.
from there? Yep. Just raw. I mean, I don't know if this is TOS, but if you raw dog it, just keep going in, try to get picks.
So that's one way to describe it.
I don't know how else. Like it is what it is. Just kind of hold W, like actual W gaming at this point. If your utility is broken, but I kind of expected the Neon to come out. I think that's a more meta pick for Lotus, compared to the Rays, of course. But I think it comes down to comfort picks. That's what I've been seeing so far for the two teams. It boils down to what they're more comfortable on. And I don't think anyone really fits the description of Neon. You know what I mean? Just sliding in, playing Apex. Wrong game, whoops. And being able to take frags that way.
Yeah, Neon definitely is able to leverage her speed a lot more on this map just because of how wide it is, and just because the different corners don't allow normal characters to be able to run around them as quickly, and then essentially break timings that they're not used to, right? Neon can literally run up on you on B, and there's nothing you can do about it if the breach stuns you, right? That's not something any other agent in the game can do. And that's something that Neon can consistently do. But anyways, the game is starting up again. We are seeing Nefarious just trying to test the waters a little bit, doing a little bit of a default, trading utility on C.
That's an early push, though, coming out from AimVal. He's already taken so much space and information that, look, no one's pushing through my smoke, has a bit of a corner to himself, but everyone is already towards A. And again, the late position from Heidi, trying to catch out any stragglers
Oh, and this
here.
push into Hobbit here. Oh, and that is just a chained amount of essentially no sight.
Last player standing.
Now down to aim bow. Castaway does fake out the
Everyone's
flash, but everyone's blind, and he gets one.
Sorry, that was funny. It's just like, they're here. Nah, and then you see everyone with like a circle on their head, whether they're blind, nearsighted, or something. Nope,
Exactly.
no one can see. Timer is active. I'm not sure who called it.
That was Koa, I believe. Defenders.
Oh, Koa. Yep. Okay. Fair enough that they do this early into the game because, look, they could have had momentum from the other round, but again, massive utility dump coming out from Nefarious, and I don't blame them again. It was a good call to secure that round. Now, just looking at the econ, November Rain has money, but everyone kind of is just lagging behind. And for what their initial synergy was showing, it's just not consistent now. I think they're just trying to get back to that performance of theirs.
I think what Koa needs to do is, because this is a mirror match, right? There's not any special kind of utility that's able to upset them. The only thing they really need to do is put themselves in positions where that utility can be leveraged. So,
Right.
for one, they're not taking as much space on A main as they want. They're kind of letting them push up. So that last fight where Fade was kind of where Yoon was kind of holding behind pillar with the tether out instead of actively contesting that space. That's already one example of how they just Nefarious use that to their advantage to just split into B. And now we're seeing a change up, right? Now we're seeing them sort of get into their face and actually do something about this push, getting rewarded for that by getting the pick onto the smoke, right? Onto the controller player. Now the attack has to rush to C to try and get something into the Vi setup.
Thorns activated.
And the Thorns go out, and it will slow them down for a bit, but they have a long rotation to come through. Everyone flooding in from A, and just Vi's no utility left.
And it's nice that they're able to pop all this util to push back somebody, but this is all to just push somebody back, not to actually capitalize. Now, Heidi does get one, Showstopper comes out, it's fat. Bibimbap does manage to get there in the end. But again, a lot of utility invested into this. Now Yoon
They're using
and double
Rolling Thunder?
ult. Rolling Thunder and Nightfall to essentially just absolutely... Oh, and the wall bang. That's the wall bang right there.
They still have the aftershock. It's not. They're not out of the woods just yet.
Taka.
Nade also.
But there's so much stall utility here. They need to get a move on.
One enemy remaining.
The fights don't go Bibimbap's, or don't go Sinon's way, and then Bibimbap gets 4 on the round. That was a massive investment from Koa.
Said this wouldn't be fun. I'm having a blast.
You know how I said I like when people use ultimates and they'd guarantee the round? I don't think that was the play. I think it was a bit difficult considering how many people were left alive. Doable, sure, but Nefarious was just really smart on how they expended their utility, how they took the site, and on an econ round, doable, but they had the reads. They were able to avoid all of those utility, and you know what? Even that already proves my point. The flashes and the near sights are on point. They know they're popping at the right time. They're catching the right people. And Bibimbap is feeling it this game.
Satchels were a little floaty, but we'll excuse that for now.
No,
As,
we
Nefarious-
can leave it.
Oh.
No worries.
Nefarious are really pushing deep into CT here with that Steel Garden. Bibimbap is on 27 HP. When did that happen? More Razor Binds coming out?
He got spammed as he was satcheling in towards the box because it was a funny
right,
satchel.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, and the trades come through. Alexander managing to get 2. Not as much value coming out. Belair does get seen on, but 2 more come back from the side of
Player
Koa.
standing.
Koa desperately want to gain this round back. November Rain by himself has to get both players in order to win this.
One enemy remaining.
He has the info, 4 bullets. I think this is doable.
Needs to get this kill quickly or secure the half. What's his decision?
well,
Oh, and he drops. It's over. Taka
that's
gets
unfortunate.
a 1v1.
And that's the Rolling Thunder now available. Taka took a while to get there. I'm not sure if they got ultimate orbs, but considering KDA at the moment, yes, they had to get control of those ult orbs. So now they have it available. I think they were also funneling the spike towards him so they can use that. And almost the Fade ult as well. So that's going to be available towards them. What isn't available towards Koa is economy. Back to Sheriffs, back to Stingers, half shields, and just trying to get any sort of value by pushing A, but only one so far.
Honestly, that's better than none. Yoon does find one, even if he gets traded out here. That's fairly good. Isn't able to get any more, but again, 3v3 eco information is gained.
Well, they have Vi's ultimate. They have the Steel Garden for the defenders.
Yes, and this could be devastating if they time it correctly. They just can't lose patience here. That Rolling Thunder was maybe not as effective as it could have been.
It's under Vi's flying backwards. That's
But
what
this
I saw.
Steel Garden needs to come out. This is the only way that Koa has to win this round. They need to get back into this. And it pops. It might catch everyone, actually.
I mean, with the paranoia going back there into tree.
Oh.
Yep, there it is.
And all three players are regrouped now. 71 HP for the side of Beam Bob. Oh, and just gets taken down by AimVal. What a good trade.
See, that's what I'd like to see.
They're alive.
That was a well-played Steel Garden. They had to wait for the repositions to come out from the rest of their team. They didn't rush with it either, knowing that because of the Rolling Thunder, they're going to take space, they were going to try and aggress, but they just actually didn't push through. They didn't follow. They kind of just let it happen. And again, you saw those Vi's flying backwards, but that's about it.
Yeah, November kind of had that sneaking suspicion that things are about to get dicey. And just barely managed to go to the other side, or into stairs. But that's what I want to see more of. Like, Koa needs to get in their faces. Has to stop this aggression early, or they're just going to keep being late to these retakes every single time.
Oh, it's a fade. Seize and
Oh,
nade.
and Sati. Oh, and the grenade doesn't get anyone, but they do manage to find one on Alexander. And they're
It's a
just
full
doing a
kitchen
little
sink.
jump peek. Oh, a little bit lazy though. He could have spotted one. Oh, he does eventually. Thorns need to go out. Heidi is way closer than he could have ever imagined.
No more. Wall tripped.
And they're taking a
What?
very risky peek into three
Spike
people.
Down A. One enemy remaining.
Oh, but his team's there to clean up. Sinon and November and just get 2 each.
I think they just kind of wanted that round done because they were on an eco, and you know, fair enough. Apparently, the last round was enough to send them back into shambles, but I mean, they're back now.
But
It's
this
just-
is winnable. This is definitely winnable.
oh yeah, 100%. What I'm worried about is the Odin on Yoon, who is positioned towards that spam towards A main, and you know, fair enough. Maybe you can't spam the Odin on Ascent anymore, but Lotus will always just have a spot for it.
Right, now Nefarious going into fairly standard 3-2-0 split. Just trying to get a bit of control over towards the door in Sands.
Whoa!
Oh! Nefarious just kind of blind fire that ult.
I mean, yeah, Bibimbap had that beautiful prediction, and now it's down to a retake. But I mean, both Fade ults are available. I think timing, it comes down to timing here. Or, you know, at the
Nightfall's
same
being
time.
traded. I believe everybody on Koa just got hit by that. But the trades are not going in their favor.
Flawless.
And it's so clean from Nefarious.
That was a flawless. I thought someone might have died. I thought someone
Last
might have
round in the half.
had a pick, but
No, everybody on
Perfect.
Koa got hit by that Nightfall. At least towards
that's
CT.
crazy.
There was no chance of them being able to push out effectively for at least 6 seconds. Oh, and that was just very fortunate. I'll say so myself.
AimVal has an operator, and we've credited Sinon, we've credited maybe November Rain for opping. AimVal, I think this is, if anyone has to show up in this tournament, or at least for the grand finals, it's on AMVAL right now.
Oh,
Just with a pick immediately, yeah, that's crazy.
Nice try.
an operator with 50 credits left, no shields.
Bring them down.
But the trades are there. The trades are there. And Koa end up on top, 4-2.
You've still got full utility on that raise, so I wouldn't really count this done. Not sure what Bel Air has. It still has a Paranoia, still has a TP. And it's trying to bait out that smoke onto C, but they're not biting. Look at where Yoon is, still positioned towards B.
Just waiting here for the perfect moment. Just
Look at all
waiting,
that bait.
waiting
Yeah.
and waiting. Bob isn't even aware, not an inkling. But no, he
No.
whiffs. He chokes. Aftershock does go out,
Enemy
and the
remaining.
Rolling Thunder. So much utility is invested, but the Paranoia just catches him. Oh, and Koa just barely managed to clean up the round.
Oh, that could have been a
Switching
disaster.
sides.
Like, I mean, it's great that the Rolling Thunder was available, but God, that could have gone a 50-50 and a really ugly one in that case. No, it was. But people say it's Christmas and there's a lot of gifts, there's a lot of things in front of you, but it kind of just the whiffs were. But hey, we brought it to 5-7. It's not as bad, and honestly doable. Considering how aggressive Koa likes being.
5-7 is not a bad score at
that's
all.
great. Lotus is tricky, and anything can happen. Y'all can do it. Why is no one on A? Everyone's B.
Okay,
Look at
now
this.
Koa going for an early smoke onto A here. It looks like they were expecting more aggression, but because they and that's just sad. And because there's no immediate aggression, they just instead decide to immediately just hit A.
Yeah.
Because that smoke that they use is usually one that you would normally try to pressure B with, and then maybe see what your options are. But if no one's contesting on A, it's worth it to just set up here.
It's a full 5v5 retake and already onto CT. Towards heaven. They're posed up. Look at them. Look at this post plot. They're just working
Inval,
together.
Yoon,
Enemy remaining.
all of it is just falling together so nicely, and only one kill from the side of Nefarious.
Trust me, they'll know what hit them.
Thank you. There we go. Koa, you're starting to get it. 1 round deficit just left in between you guys, and all we have to do is keep this momentum. I think one of the biggest factors of Koa's success is their momentum and being able to convert, obviously, rounds from whether it's bonus rounds, whether it's anti-ecos, whether it's actual just gun rounds in their favor. They need that momentum to keep going because that's what's working for them.
Exactly. And honestly, 6-7, like this is anyone's game at this point. Koa playing this very safe. They don't want to take any chances, but this could be their doom here. The Fairies are taking a lot of space. Oh, but Heidi wasn't ready for it. I don't even think he was stunned. He just was not ready for the shot, and Bel Air is just dying to grenade.
Yes, precise ability play.
Launching thorns. Thorns activated.
Precise gunplay, as they say.
Abilities should not be able to kill. Yeah, right. Anyway,
Remember when Ray's at 2 grenades?
I do.
That was-
Remember when classics were not as good?
I don't know. Classics were pretty decent in the running gun meta.
Maybe I just suck. Okay, well, this is what happens when you don't play for a year. But I like that
that
round.
was ages. That
much.
was ages ago.
This is much more methodical coming out from Koa, and I like it. They've tied up the score, and I like that they're getting better reads. So earlier on their pistol round, knowing that no one was aggressing towards A, they just called, "Hey, just run for it." And this time they kind of just slowed down their pace. They're going to wait for any sort of same aggression play towards their bonus round, and it didn't happen. So I like their decisions this half so far. This is what's new though. Proper A main control towards Rubble slows them down by a lot, but they're kind of just relinquishing it. They don't follow up, they don't hold their positions, but they're going to flush it out with breach utility.
Yeah, aftershock and oh, I kept getting that trade. Both raises off the board right now, and now they're considering the options whether or not to go through that sheer wall. Going to have to play a very dangerous game. His utility gets flooded into Hobbit, but then there's the pinch.
Spike down
And
A.
Belair does manage to get 2 actually, but gets traded out.
Flash out.
Back up with a 1, another trade, and then Alexander again just to come up with a clean trade against their
Idea. Again.
for a 7-8. This game is anyone's game.
Takip is me when I play Valorant nowadays. I expect myself to jump out and expect myself to hit the headshot. I don't blame him. The guy was blind, but it just looked funny on my end. Sorry. I end up jumping a lot when I get back into Valorant. And you know, jump peaks, they're effective. Again, maybe I'm just rusty, but I'm sorry. Like looking at how they're playing so far, they just gave up A. Even if it's a full gun round, no presence whatsoever. Everyone's actually hovering towards C for that Vise.
Again, almost 30 seconds into the round, no deaths. Interesting. This is a first for many. Oh, but the haunt is so nice. Heidi just getting a free pick onto Sinone.
That was a weird
Aimval.
position, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Aimval shifting back. Yoon does manage to find Bibimbap. And now a stalemate. Both teams sort of afraid to move out, but the picks come in and he's not ready for it. Belair manages to get November in. And then Dare gets Belair back. Alexander looking to get one more. This is again looking very messy. Oh, and Aimval clutches the 1v1 to tie up the scoreline to 8-8.
This is what I'm talking about. It's such a close game that I actually can't predict who is going to win, but I also can't tell what they have to change for at the moment because they're doing things correctly. They have their protocols, they have their strategies. It
This
just
is
comes
where-
down to scrappy fights, and it goes either way.
This is where experience truly pulls you through because, of course, no battle plan survives first contact with the enemy. But what they realistically need is the hardcore protocols needed to fight basic plays like this, where they're just paranoia onto sand, right? Smoke off C, and you can't do anything about it.
Placing wall trap.
Like the protocols just aren't there. None of the players are ready to receive a hit like that. They don't respect it quite enough to send in maybe a flash or a prowler or anything else besides just utility that regenerates easily. The bright side is they do manage to obtain the orb. And Xenon will be 1 away at this point, I believe.
Yeah, one more till Showstopper, and that's why they're keeping the spike on him, but
Enemy remaining. Spike
I don't think that's
down
gonna last
C.
very long.
Exactly. Wow. Heidi,
I have the spike.
again, on fire. This game is back and forth. Now Heidi looking for more, gets a little greedy.
What?
Oh, and Dare manages to get 1. Oh, gets 2, but not the 3rd.
If Derek clutched that out, that would have been crazy.
I think that might have been game. That would have been
That would've
game
been game.
shattering.
No, yeah,
or mental
uh-huh.
shattering gameplay
Mental
right there.
momentum, everything, econ even, because both teams apparently were on that econ. It was a broken buy for both, and well, Kowa staying on that broken buy, but that I think that was a game-changing round. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Now Koa again have to readjust to keep finding new openings.
Still waiting.
After Nefarious got wind of their tactics, they aren't afraid to just straight up punch you in the face by putting these players out on these like roams or just scouting for some info and staying back when they know you have ultimates.
Yeah, look at that. They just dodged the ultimate. No one's hit by that showstopper, but he's up here with a judge. I don't think they know he has one anyway. But now they do.
Yeah, and it just okay,
Yeah.
Spike planted.
just taking pot shots.
Face your
But
fear.
that did buy quite a lot of time. Nightfall's coming out, but there, and it's just the fall. Yeah,
There's a
counter
counter
Nightfall goes
Nightfall.
in. No sound.
We're all deaf.
One
Old
enemy
Belair has to
remaining.
get one more. And Takip gets one. Nefarious defusing. Novembrian has no other option but to just hopefully pray and kill somebody. But Nefarious proved too much.
That's heartbreaking. Yeah, I don't blame you for the timeout. Look, econs everywhere. Don't know how you can recover necessarily until round 12 even. But leading into round 12 already, look at the ultimates available. You've got the Showstopper, you've got From the Shadows, you've got the Steel Guard, and you've got Rolling Thunder. The only thing they used that round was Fades, and it has so much value. On the other side of Koa, really, it takes a while for anything to really build up. So you gotta do something now. I don't know if A is going to work out. B is a hard push for them, but they have to find some sort of weak point, and at the moment, Nefarious is showing none.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of ultimates coming up. This is a crucial round for both teams. If I dare say, whoever wins this round wins the game, and the tournament. Right,
And the
this is
tournament,
such a-
that is true. It's map 3.
everything hinges on this one round. The economy, the ult advantage, the actual rounds left in the game, like everything. The mental, especially.
I think they need the sandwiches from their Icebox timeout. They need it again.
just a few extra chaos sandwiches here and there.
Yeah.
Now we are gonna see Koa start moving down B main here to try and get somebody off.
That was
Oh,
ballsy from
Get a
Dare.
pick, and then yeah, Dare was just kind of a bit lazy there, not walking as fast as he could have been. Vito
Trying to trade a Phantom with a Ghost? Yeah, look, I wish I had the confidence,
planted.
but the Rolling Thunder is about to come out.
Rolling Thunder, counter Rolling Thunder coming out, delaying the defuse. Ultimate's still at play. Nefarious, how much are you going to invest here? Showstopper is pulled out. Looking straight at him. Heidi, each getting one each. And then Aimval has nowhere to go. Stunned to oblivion. 11-8. Nefarious.
Flawless.
It's just another clean round coming out from Nefarious. And again, they don't overextend in terms of utility. They don't use the Vise ultimate. They're able to retake, and everyone stays alive. No one lost a gun. No one lost anything.
It's
It's
just-
one round closer towards match and tournament point. And what do you do from here?
Again, just lock in and prevent the spiral from going down even more, right? This is the absolute last chance. I don't see a way that Koa can make it out of this if they lose this, because next round, if they lose, is an eco. They have no more money. Ultimates are strained. Right? It's just help, right? They need the help.
Yeah.
We're seeing you and creep up just a little bit. We're seeing the smoke that we saw in their first round. Blocking off B, creating a little pressure on A. And it looks like Nefarious are beginning to bite. Three players now on the eastern part of the map. As B gets this, the Hobbit door and B gets destroyed. Everyone's collapsing in. Tether's traded. Razor Vine's traded. Now it's the Steel Garden. Taka has an amazing chance to go in.
They're respecting it so much, and I do appreciate that. But Bel Air, Heidi, they're getting
Oh,
picks.
but Bella doesn't check the corner.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
what? Just all that time, an assassination from
30
Ewan,
seconds
and
left.
now it's only up
planted.
to Heidi.
Again, questionable decision. I don't know why everybody on Koa is going alone. Especially when we have such powerful ult in our hands. Like,
I mean, it's a better
did it
round
all
from
go
them, but
wrong?
yeah.
Where
I'm-
did it all go wrong?
I just liked that they gave so much respect to the Vise ult. I have not seen that happen in any time a Vise ult has come out. Usually people just kind of go, okay, monkey brain, we're gonna run in with our pistols. But then
Yeah,
they
pull up the
just
sheriff.
they just went out. They just dipped. And then they waited for the timers to get their primaries back up. And then I guess, again, they also held their angles. They just decided not to shoot and wait for anyone else to slip past them. That was a really good call.
Absolutely, and we're gonna see that nade tether combo come out towards Rubble. Change of pace as Nefarious gets all the way up into A lobby. Koa are still feeling pressure. And Heidi just good for one, always good for one with that op.
Just die.
Shots fired onto Taka. Trades do come in. A lot of utility's been lost, and now Koa deciding where to go again, deciding to pivot away from C. And this may be the play because 3 players in Nefarious, 4 players in Nefarious are walking away, trying to defend the C site.
It's a constant goose chase, actually, that's been happening. Every single time that a rotate has been happening, another rotate has come in. And, well, both of them involve all the all the players. And they're all just working together. No one's really straying off too far. And maybe you can argue, Heidi or Dare, they split off for a bit. But then they regroup almost immediately after getting some
30
sort of
seconds left.
information. Just
Right.
no one's straying. Look at this. It's just everyone has to play together because they need those trades. The only
20
one who's
seconds
really
left.
straight off now is Bel Air, and yeah, 20 seconds left.
I think Koa's maybe screwed themselves over. This is too late.
And it doesn't
10
catch
seconds
anyone. That
left.
sealed garden is way too off from the operator.
Bomb buddy out.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Oh, no. Oh, it's all just crumbling apart. I couldn't even tell what happened. Just kill after kill as Nefarious take the game to tournament point.
I think the steel garden came out a bit too early for my liking.
Match
It
point.
catches no one on site. They stay perfectly back.
Koa
And-
kind of forced themselves into that situation though when they decided to wait. I think they were waiting for maybe
Yeah.
one more smoke, but I don't think the smoke is worth it in that situation. You just got to go there and like play for the timing, because at the end of the day, the more time you have, that time itself can be a piece of utility, and they just ended up throwing it away for some reason.
Imagine tournament point now for Nefarious. It's looking
Now,
grim.
Koa has to focus. It has to be clean. And the stun
That's a
is
good
good.
start.
2 picks. Taka caught looking between 2 positions. The Paranoia and the Prowlers not able to find Yoon at all. Blinded. Separated. Now Koa finally have a chance. Have to get the spike down onto A. Have to make
Even
this
if Dare
clean.
goes down
Last
here,
player
yeah.
standing.
Oh,
Oh,
Spike
but no,
planted.
Dare's good for 1 on the flank.
Yoon just
Heidi.
misses. Yoon just misses the timing onto Heidi.
This could be massive, saving this into the next one. But Dare again. I think heard that.
Heard it, 100%.
Gun here.
Dare
Turns
heard that.
around. Yeah.
Now everybody knows.
Flawless.
Oh, and Heidi doesn't escape. 10-12 for Koa.
I'm coping hard right now.
It's it's something, all right. Koa went from being super nervous to finally getting a grip on this game, and they desperately needed that. Economy finally looking okay. The buys across the board are looking fine. All charges are about to be up. Bebop is one away from Showstopper. Xenon as well. So this really does come down to whoever can get that 1 point faster and get that ult online.
Oh yeah. Oh, they need this ult or bad. That's good information onto the Vise, and I think they're gonna play off it. If they want to take action, it has to be now. But the smoke delays again.
But they're giving oh, November and getting that kill out of nowhere. But they gave November in the ult to get that Rolling Thunder instead of Xeno. Maybe trusting that Xeno could get one, but Dare gets one on the flank again. Has been super aware of that. And what is November in looking at?
Player standing.
Two
Oh,
trades
Xeno
come
can't ult
in.
anymore.
Down. C.
Oh, Alexander gets Yoon, but it's still a 2v1. Dare, because of that one pick on the flank, was able to shift the tides in their favor. And now, Koa playing it safe. Koa grouping up.
Oh,
I
he thinks it's
don't-
a rotate.
I don't think Alexander has the right read here. There would be no reason to rotate here. In a
Heard the
2v1
door
situ-
must have thought it was like a book it to A, but
30
no.
seconds left.
They stayed on the site because the spike's there, and look at that.
And
they're tapping it,
Koa are
no
kind of
one's home.
trolling themselves right now. 20 seconds. Need to just plant.
This is
the
a
extra
perfect
second.
time to just plant and reposition. This is it, and I think they've realized it now. It's just the wrong read from Alexander.
And this is not the time that Alexander wants to be making those kinds of mistakes, because these are crucial mistakes. Every second counts. And bringing the match closer and closer to OT is not ideal.
They won't be able to buy next round, by the way. Maybe they will be, and I'm miscalculating, but it's a weird buy. Here's one footstep, and I don't know how you can get this done.
It's just too hard. There's just a bit too much. Now Koa 11 to 12. Tournament life hanging in the balance.
Takep's not able to get a full gun, not even full shields, and I think it's not a game changer. I wouldn't say that's what really the game is hanging on, but again, you're one round left towards overtime, and giving full econ resets and full momentum resets, it's not going to look pretty.
Yeah, Koa playing it patient. They have the ult advantage.
Everyone's
They
playing it
should-
patient.
They should know by now that they have most of the cards in their hands. Dare just has to not make a mistake here. He should be fine. But it's just both these teams can't afford to make mistakes at this crucial moment. It's not about good plays. It's just about making the right plays and not the wrong ones. Looks like it's just going to be a group up into A. Lots of smokes. Showstopper coming out.
Face your fear.
Xenon trying to get something. Nightfall backing Xenon up. Showstopper finds nothing, but Alexander is so ready for it. Doesn't get the second. Trades do come in. Dare still on the flank. Now one way to prevent this Heaven retake. Grenade is ready for Beam and Bop. Needs to make a move on. Flash does come out. Yoon can't hold anything.
Oh,
And
wow.
then Xenon gets bodied.
Enemy remaining.
Dare too, and then the picks keep coming. It's all up to Heidi to take the tournament, but only 2, and it's overtime.
We made it. Oh my god, we made it.
Switching sides.
Look, for
Overtime.
anyone in chat right now, I didn't want to say it because I might have cursed it again, but our observer basically said, hey guys, by the way, map 3 is going to be overtime. Yeah, look what happened. What? Look, I love the picks that happened there, actually. I love that they were able to flush the fade out, and it denied the Nightfall, actually. In case you didn't see, they were prepping it for the retake, but then because so much space was taken towards the dip in the backside, and you know they've taken so much already on site, it just shut down that entire retake that they had in mind. But it's overtime. We're back. It's flipped. Koa's back on defending, and Nefarious on attacking. I think it boils down to mental and momentum at this here. This is it.
That's all it really comes down to. Dare needs to hold this properly. Can't afford any mistakes. But Koa should know this. They've done this to Nefarious at this point. Breaking that door to defend B. Koa needs to not panic here. Novembrain. Kind of whiffy.
It's a 1-for-1 trade so far, so it's not that bad.
Nefarious kind of getting a bit desperate here. Only a minute still left, though. They don't have to do this. Now, time is freezing. Spike goes down. Dare gets pushed off the angle. Even Bob dodges the flash, gets one, gets two. Can he get a third?
Bibimbap has to give this up
stunned
now.
And is doing so much to stall this. Nefarious is getting away with murder. And Bibimbap with 3.
Celebratory showstopper. That's Bibimbap. Everyone believed in Bibimbap, and I see why. I said give the angle up. Yeah, no, don't listen to me. Do what you want, because Bibimbap held that for the longest time, and even if he was caught out in a bad position, you had support from Takep and everyone on the site so that he could stay there and constantly put pressure on that. And that was a crucial angle. That was a crucial area to have that, to deny any sort of retake. And now 13-12, one more till the actual victory.
And right you are, unless Koa can drag another round across the finish line, but it's not looking like it. Nefarious get 2 picks right off the bat onto A main in rubble. And it's 3 versus 5. Koa have no other options. The Boombot manages to spot him. And the spike is stuck in no man's land. There are no smokes. You just have to fight this. And they are getting pushed in. There is no other option. And I think Koa is starting to panic. They don't have any... They've just wasted their own time, and it's just a firing squad. And Nefarious win overtime to win the NiQ-Oscar Comeback Cup Grand Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome your champions, Nefarious.
Claps all around, yay. My lord, what a matchup. Look, Koa started off strong. They had their points in coming back, and clearly they still gave a performance. Look, this is a very close matchup, and I loved every bit of it. As chaotic as it got on Icebox, and as methodical it was otherwise, this is what we'd like to see in tournaments. This is always entertaining. It's fun to cast. It's a hassle to observe. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. And
Hey,
congrats again.
it's Valorant. We
It's
love
Valorant.
seeing it. This is how do you say? It is one of those romantic levels of BO3s.
Yep.
You get that one map on one side, you get the other team wins the other map, and then finally the decider in OT, and then it's all over, right?
Yeah.
That's good old Valorant best of 3 right there.
Like, it couldn't have been any better in terms of entertainment. This was a great matchup. And we've gone through 3 maps. We've done it, guys. Now we're just gonna have to wait for an interview to happen. We're going to be interviewing someone from Nefarious, and yeah, we're just gonna ask them some questions that might spark interest, or at least some sort of conversation.
Yeah, that works.
So, I think just the winners. I'm not sure. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break. We're gonna drag someone from Nefarious, and we're gonna talk to them. Stay tuned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NIQ-Oscar Comeback Cup. First off, congratulations to Team Nefarious for winning the grand finals against Team Koa. It was an amazing best of 3. It was a 2-1. All the maps were exciting, very close. First off, I just want to say, Belair, great run. I know playing 3 back-to-back games is not easy for anyone, especially games that lasted that long. So just props to your endurance for that. Second, I just want to say, like, I just have a few questions for you. So the first is on Icebox, right? There was a stretch, 5 rounds in a row. How did you guys feel? Right? What did you feel in those in that moment? Like 5 rounds in a row, you're going hot, and then all of a sudden, it just turned into the slog that it was.
Yeah, so after we won the 5 rounds, I think we were pretty comfortable. I think they took a timeout or something. It was close to that, and then
hmm
I think we just stayed the same lah. I think we should have like changed up something as well because they were changing up something. So I
Right, right.
think we should have adapted faster. Yeah.
hmm So I know from the viewer's perspective, Icebox especially was like really chaotic. I just want to know,
Uh,
like, did you guys have a plan? Did you feel like you were in control of that, or did it feel like
uh,
it was out of control?
Not really because I think we were out of control because like this is like the first time 5 of us playing together. Like I
Oh, really?
think yeah, so only me I mean only 3 of us play together for quite some time. Then other than that,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So it was
I see. I
quite
see.
chaotic. So everything is just on the flow,
Uh huh. But it worked out in the end, and it took you guys to
Yeah,
map 3.
thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully. So I guess after Icebox ended and you guys got that, like, clutch win, what did it feel like going into Lotus? Like, how did you guys sort of reset yourselves and your mental?
So I think after Icebox, I mean, at least I was pretty confident because in terms of calling, I feel I'm more comfortable on Lotus. So I think we
hmm
didn't. I wasn't that nervous. So yeah,
Okay. It's just business as usual. Just
yeah.
not Icebox, right? All right. Damron, do you have any questions for Belair here?
Yeah, I just kind of like a follow up. I do want to ask, how does your I'm not sure who your IGL is, but if you're the IGL, how do they keep the momentum going? How do you keep your teammates in the good mental state, right? Because sometimes you fall off, sometimes you lose wacky econ rounds, sometimes it gets
Yeah.
chaotic. So how do you keep that composure in your team?
I think I was IGL, but then the one that remained our composure is mainly Hidi. He's a Sentinel player, and then he's the one mainly calming the team down because he's a more experienced player compared to the
Right, yeah.
rest. And then
Mm.
I think everyone was just yeah. I guess because the first time playing together, so I think everyone was slightly like nervous and everything. But I think Hidi was the one calming us down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's great. I've seen a lot of there's a lot of teamwork pouring through. Like Cole was like organized already, but you guys were actually pulling it through together. So that was really commendable. But my next question is, how did you meet the rest of your team? So if
Okay.
3 of you
So
have been playing for a while, yeah, how did you get your teammates to form again and for this tournament?
yeah. So me, Hidi, and Bibimbap, which is Smoky. 3 of us played in Breakpoint MYSG. So 3 of us played together, and then Ali and Takia, they are from Smoky's X team. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, from there we kind of came together for this tournament.
Yeah, sick. Because yeah, again, very commendable for people who just got together for playing for a first time in a tournament. So again, congratulations. And oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna look at chat and I'm going to fulfill this request. Smokey says, "Talk about me to Bel Air." Do you want to do shout outs?
Uh,
Do you want to say anything to your teammates, or any shout out you want to do?
yeah, I mean, Thanks to my team, Smokey, Hidi, Ellie, and Take. I think everyone played well today. And yesterday as well, actually. We played quite well yesterday. So, yeah, good job to everybody. I hope we can win more tournaments. Yep, just about.
Nice,
Okay,
that's
well,
great. So I was actually gonna ask. So do you guys plan on staying together for the future?
I mean, should be. But I think some of us like have other commitments outside, so it's a bit tough also.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well,
hopefully. Thank you.
that's rough. But yeah, hopefully you guys. I hope the best works out for you guys, and you guys are able to really commit to this if you can. If not, it happens. But hope you guys are able to really have fun with this game because we all want to have fun with this game.
Yep.
All right. Dan, right. Any more questions or?
Oh, that's it from my end. Yeah.
Okay, well then, thank you very much, Belair from Team Nefarious. Again, congratulations on the win, and
Yep.
hopefully we may run another tournament that you can come back to again. We'll
True.
see
Yeah.
you later, man.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yep. Have a good
you.
day, man.
As for the rest of the stream, I think this is a part where we say or start to wrap things up, of course. And thank you. Oh, post. Oh. Okay. So we're actually going to go into another interview, and we're going to be talking to someone from Koa. So that's gonna happen, and another just a tiny, tiny break in between. We'll get back to you, and yeah, we'll see you then. Okay, welcome back to the stream, and now we actually have the owner and the manager. I'm not sorry, of Koa, and I'm here to interview. I'm just gonna ask them some questions. Unfortunately, my other co-caster, he had to go, but I can handle it from here. So some things I wanted to ask. I'm going to focus less on, unfortunately, the team not making it through the grand finals, but I wanted to ask how you prepared your teams for or the team for this tournament.
Mm, I'll start off first. Our team, like going to a question on how our team prepares. Normally we have three different sessions. First being the actual scrim itself for practice,
Mhm.
and then the second being VOD reviews, so we can actually analyze like how we did and make our appropriate changes. And then lastly will be custom runs, which we normally do it just to really clean it up and get timings down for a lot of our plays. So we we do train very often.
Mhm.
It's a bit like I feel that right now this is a very new team still, so we are still trying to get like all the small things down. But
Mhm.
training wise, I think it has been proven to be pretty effective, and the team has shown great improvement over the short period that we were established for.
Mhm. Yeah, great. I think, of course, a lot of improvement still has to be done, but then
Yep.
I think just leading into that, right? What are your biggest takeaways, like for both members of Koa here?
Yep.
What are your biggest takeaways from this tournament, or like from their performance in these games?
I'll take that one. Um, Number one, I feel that um, utility-wise, we definitely have to improve more. I felt that we actually played a pretty good game, but we lacked the kind of strength, and we lacked the we lacked the finishing touch. Actually, I'd say we did pretty well. I mean, as far as a pretty close match, but I feel that we do need to refine, especially our set plays more, and generally we just need to improve together as a team. Yeah, and get that chemistry out for sure.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
for me, it would be more on our team. Like as my Andy has said, which is my other owner, he has
Mhm.
said I think chemistry, but I think that yeah, we do like it a fair bit right now because this is still a relatively new team, and in the future, I think something we can take away is being really able to make those like combo plays without having the whole team just maybe a duo, like two people on side, are able to like really lock it down and really play off each other better. I think that's something we could have worked. We should work on, and we'll work on going forward. And yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. And I think the last question for me is if there are any upcoming tournaments, because we'd love to see more from you. Do you have any plans for more tournaments? Do you have any more things you want to join and perform in?
Oh, of course, of course. I mean, we as a team, we're gonna take every single tournament we can find for now, no matter what. And of course, we're here to win. So of course, we're gonna join every single tournament we can find, man. The grind stays on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And you know what? I'll say as much as I would love to see eventually if you guys get into maybe the challengers or into um, VCT. That would be
Oh,
fun, I think. Yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
fun, yeah.
I'd love to see you guys work towards that. But thank you again for joining and participating, and thank you for answering my questions.
Yeah.
Better luck next time. But genuinely a really good performance from Koa. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having
Um,
us as well.
I would like to also let me just take this moment. For everybody in the chat that's watching us today, I'm actually really grateful to you guys. Whether it be our friends or people just supporting us in general, I'd like to thank everybody for watching us play. It really warmed our heart, and the players are pretty hyped as well. To see that people are actually starting to watch them play and get the recognition. Shout out Ruthless, shout out Cabana's Children, shout out Nuclear, our coach for guiding us. So please continue supporting us, and I do believe you'll see more of us starting next time.
Oh, that's great. Thank God for life in the tier 2 scene. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time, hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys. All right.
Yep. Okay. So that wraps up the entire stream. Thank you so much again for coming out, for everyone who watched, and then everyone who participated, of course, to all teams, not just people who are in the grand finals, but everyone who absolutely just poured effort into this. Thank you so much for joining us. And it's me. I've been Dameron. Unfortunately, he can't outro, so that's been Exia. Thank you so much, and see you next time.